Well, there goes. The Daverhood. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Welcome on this Saturday morning, October 5th, 2024, to the 963rd episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio Podcastio Programmio of the stream with me. Dave Lefkowitz and my darling and adorable wife will be joining us in just a little bit, as will a director, an off-off-Broadway director, also an actor that you've seen in some films and TV shows, a fellow named Hamilton Clancy will be joining us in the Daverhood, not too far from now, if I can get through the show. Yes, it's one of those shows where old Dave caught a cold this week, so I can barely keep my eyes open, and I'm hoping that my throat will give out and so forth, because it's weird. But I was, for years and years and years, since when I was, probably in my teens, I would get a head cold, and then it would move down to my throat. So my eyes would be itchy and blurry and wet and weepy, and then just all through the sinus and here in the nose and the sneezing and the ugh. And then the post-nasal drip will go, and then the awful part, the not being able to swallow, or just it hurts when you swallow, and then sometimes it's tougher to breathe, and that would be for like decades. That was my life. I said, oh crap, I got a head cold. It'll start here, stay there for a couple of days, then go to my throat, and take a week or so to work itself out. As I've gotten older, or I'm 60 now, so technically I guess I'm old, it's gone the other way. Man, it was on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week when I knew something was happening in my throat. And I was like, uh-oh. That kind of like, I feel absolutely completely fine, except my throat feels a little funny. And then the next morning, it was like, oh God, my throat is scratchy and raw and it hurts when it hurts to swallow. And if you want to have a real fun time, how about, because I figure that when you're sick, you want to pour vitamins into you, right? Because I'm not the best eater. I am not someone who has the proper 4 square meals a day. I'm far from a vegan or vegetarian. I'll eat literally anything. I've said I'm a vacuum cleaner. But when you start feeling sick, it's like, oh boy, let's get the veggies and the fruits and stuff. So when you have this sore throat, I'm like, oh, better have some vitamin C. Let me pour some orange juice. And you have that cup of orange juice when your throat is raw. Oh, that is a pleasant feeling, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's like, it's good for you, and yet the moment that you're doing it, it doesn't feel all that good for you. So I'm having my OJ. I'm trying to be better for like the half a year that I've eaten anything I've wanted to and not really been concerned about getting sick, because thank God, knock wood, it doesn't happen very often. But I knew like, oh man, this is going to suck. And for a day, I had trouble talking. Not real, but I had to be in class. I had to project. I had to have my usual brio and energy, haha. So I'm managing and I'm working my way through it. But it starts going the other way now on me. Instead of coming from the top down, it goes cold in like the throat and then up to the head. So yesterday and today, the sneezing, the bleary eyes, the runny nose, the full nose. And so I'm going to see how I manage to get through this episode of the Dave's Gone By show. You can probably hear in my voice that it's not normal, but it's better than it was 2 days ago. And if I have to take a sneeze break, or for that matter, a pish break, I know my body is still working okay, because from the time I got up this morning, I got up a couple of times last night to pee, because I've been taking some kind of decongestant little half pill thing to kind of, I didn't take it at first when it was in my throat, but then I was like, okay, it's coming up here, let me do this. And boy, what that does to get all the out of your system. Like, God wants it to come out of your penis. I don't understand why. It's a great thing. I'm grateful, I guess. But, whew, 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, get that out. Gotta go pee. 3 o'clock in the morning. Why am I awake? Oh, I'm awake because I have to pee. Go back to, and then even from getting up at 7 today and starting to prepare for the show, 7 o'clock is like, okay, bathroom time. And then like 7:20, bathroom time. And like 3 times before I started this program, there's something that decongestants do where I guess they take the moisture away from here and bring it all down there. Because I should keep a bucket by the chair here. I think I'll get through it. I think I'll get through the next 3 hours of the show with no problem. But it is weird how that worked. And I was worried about my penis. I worry about my penis because there was the last time I was sick. By the way, this show is rated PG. I was taking some kind of medication, and it wasn't a steroid or anything, but my urine thing was way off. Man, I mean, I would have this tremendous urge to pee, and then I'd be like a 90-year-old man standing at the toilet. I'm like, this hurts. Something's going on with my prostate. I'm standing here. I know I really, really want to make pish, but I'm just standing, and nothing's happening. And that horrible moment is like, literally, this horrible moment when you're like, am I peeing right now? And you're kind of looking down, because you know the urge, and you get that feeling, and the burning starts, and it's like, am I? And you look down, and it's like nothing. No. And then you go back 5 minutes later, and it's like, oh. So I'm hoping, I'm being very moderate with my medication on this one. I'm hoping that my bladder, my kidneys, my penis are all going to work fine for this weekend. And then I'm not standing for 2 minutes in the bathroom going like, how is this not happening? I have this tremendous urge to make water. And am I making it backwards? Am I actually urinating, but it's going back into my body? How is this not occurring from me? But so far, so good. Anyway, it's good to see you on this Saturday morning, October 5th, 2024. So yeah, I mentioned before that this is Dave's Gone By, and I, myself, happen to be the host and producer and creator of the program, Dave Lefkowitz.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. There goes the Daverhood.
And there was much rejoicing.
Didn't your meds kick in yet?
We got David Lefkowitz here. He's a Long Island Hearts guy. He's got his own radio show.
I want you all to really enjoy a wonderful program done by a fine artist.
A glorious thing of unparalleled beauty.
Dave's Gone By. Dave is one of my very favorite broadcasters, so keep on listening to Mr. Dave.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is, haven't heard that in a long time, our basic intro to the Dave's Gone By show, which is a mix of humor, nonsense, personal reminiscences that you have absolutely no interest in, but I've been doing them for 22, oh my God. In my being under the weather, in my having to teach a bunch of courses this semester, in my doing all the other stuff I've got to deal with, I have forgotten that this is an anniversary show. It's not just episode 963. We began the Dave's Gone By program, and let me make sure what the actual day was, whether it was October 5th or October 6th, which is quite easy to find out, because all I have to do is go to our archives on davesgoneby.com and see when the first episode was, and it turns out it was, Sunday night, October 6th, 2002. So we are technically 1 day away from the, I guess it would be the 23rd, well, the 22nd anniversary of the Dave's Gone By show, and that next week, if we won't be doing a show next week because of the holiday, but it would have been, or would start, our 23rd season on the air. Astonishing, man. So, hey, happy anniversary. I blanked on this until I suddenly saw that, oh my God, it's the first, Saturday in October. This is it. We're here and are still here. I'm still alive. You're still alive. I'm sure I look very, very different from what I did when I did that first episode, because I don't have a real record of that. I was on radio, and we weren't videotaping or anything. We have a picture of me on the day when I made the deal with WGBB, and you can find that on our website, davesgoneby.com. So that was probably just a couple of weeks before I went on the air. So you get an image of how I look, where I'm standing by the sign on Lansdowne Avenue in Merrick. Rob was at Baldwin, Freeport. It was supposedly in Freeport, but it was actually in Merrick, whatever, Long Island. So there's a picture of me. That is how I looked back then. And yeah, I do look a little bit different than I did when I started doing the program. But no, there's no video archives from back then. We weren't thinking in those terms. We were thinking only in terms of radio. And we didn't start video until about 7 years ago. And I'm so thrilled that we did. But understand that, we're still technically a radio show with images. So you can actually close your eyes and miss this beautiful face, still hear the show. If you want to do that, you know that our archives are also at castbox.fm. Castbox.fm. And those are the archives going back to the very beginning of the program, but audio only. So, of course, we were audio only for our first 17 or 18 years, and then we went to video. But even the more recent shows, if you just care about the yap and you don't need to see the gorgeous visuals that I have behind me, you can go to castbox.fm. It's specifically for podcasting and being able to simply download something, take it on the go, MP3 I guess it is, and enjoy it that way. Our other archives are at davesgoneby.com, of course, and archive.org. We have a channel there. So let me tell you again more about what will be on this particular episode. I mentioned a few minutes ago Hamilton Clancy. Hamilton Clancy is an actor and a director who, speaking of 20-something years ago, founded an off-off-Broadway theater company called The Drilling Company. We'll ask him about that. And probably they're best known, and they're still operational. They've got a show up, which is one of the reasons that we're having him on. But if you ask anybody about The Drilling Company in off-off-Broadway New York theater, they'll tell you, oh, those are the guys who created Shakespeare in the Parking Lot. Not Shakespeare in the Park, right? But Shakespeare in the Parking Lot, where they kind of got permission to commandeer an outdoor parking venue, set up chairs, real basic rudimentary costumes and light and do shit. I don't even know if there's lighting. I think they used natural light going into the sunset, but I have to ask about that. Rabbi Saul will. So yeah, Hamilton Clancy came up with that idea. They've still been doing it for years, which is quite wonderful. And also they do other plays. And so Hamilton Clancy, you've also seen him as an actor. He did a few seasons on shows like Billions. He had a recurring role on Orange is the New Black. So yeah, he's had a life as a director and a theater company founder, an artistic director, as well as an actor. So we got a lot of fun talking with him. Of course, as I mentioned, I won't be doing the honors, assuming that he feels better than I do. Rabbi Saul Sullivan will be interviewing Hamilton Clancy on the program. Now, Rabbi Saul, speaking of anniversaries, he was with us on the very first Dave's Gone By episode all those years ago. So he does rabbinical reflections for us, these kind of mini sermons. He also does a lot of most of our interviews these days. So he will do the honors for this program. Also, we will have Greeley Times. The folks at the Greeley Tribune newspaper up in northern Colorado. Every week they do a column that is based on real, actual phone calls that come in from people who are upset, who are disturbed, who are worried in their neighborhoods about something that happened, some crime perhaps being committed. They call the police, and then the weirdest, funniest calls are then collated by the Trib. The identifiers are stripped away, and every week there's a column called Cop Log, which are the most ridiculous calls, but they're actual, legit things made into comedy. I love it, and we share the best and funniest ones with you right here on the Dave's Gone By show. We call that segment, Greeley Times. And of course we will have Greeley Times today. And then we will, oh yes, since I have a cold, this is a very, very opportune episode in which to do Bunion Watch. Bunion Watch is where I share the size, shape, color, texture, and condition of the bunions on my feet, both left and right. So, exciting thing. We will have, because when I feel well, I always figure my bunions are fine. But does this head cold that I have right now, will this affect? Will the post-nasal drip go down the body and actually swell up my bunions? The only way to tell, ladies and gentlemen, is to check. So hold on to your hats. It's a little bit of suspense. It's a bit of a cliffhanger. Are my bunions different when I'm getting over a cold? Wow. I hear my wife coughing in the background. It's like, I hope she didn't get what I got. And you guys should be safe because I have a mask over the lens of the camera. So even if I cough or sneeze on camera, or perhaps vomit, the droplets should not get to you at home. You might want a double mask. I've got a mask here. If you are worried, immunosuppressed or something, put on a mask while you're watching this episode of Dave's Gone By, and then we'll both feel so much better. We will also have Dave's Big Dick Dictionary. This is where Merriam-Webster has a word of the day, and they choose it. It's a way of bringing attention to a dictionary that nobody bothers to buy anymore. So they do have a website. They still have the Merriam-Webster name. Excuse me. So their promotional gimmick is, hey, let's pick a word of the day. And so my way of spinning out of that is saying, okay, whatever that word happens to be, and I don't know what it is yet, I will extemporaneously talk for 5 or 10 minutes about whatever that word brings into my mind, whatever it brings into that. If I can attack the word directly and talk about it, fantastic. If it brings up something almost completely extraneous, and yet I can make that connection, well, I'll talk about that. It's kind of it's a test. It's a way of saying, I can talk about stuff, obviously, and I'm pretty good as a raconteur for the most part. I mean, I've got 3 hours to fill on this show. I better do my best. But this is a real sort of like, you think you can be amusing and interesting just off the cuff? Here, do that, and do that about this word. So my wife will find out the Merriam-Webster word of the day today. She'll share that with me. I'll share that with you guys. And then I'll have to talk about it. Plus, we will have, oh boy, assuming my throat holds out, we have story time this week. Oh, my friends. Tara Gomi, I guess we could use the word genius. Tara Gomi had this series of books about body functions that were epically wonderful, going back about 35 years now, or maybe 30 years. Everyone Poops. Do we all know that one? That was the ultimate classic. Everyone poops, and then everyone farts, and then almost everyone has perimenopause. I mean, she just did these books about, in a cute child way, to tell children, especially who are afraid of potty training or worried about what's coming out of them. It's like, everyone, it's all right. It's cute. You do it. You wipe it. You get out of it. Everyone farts. Don't be embarrassed. Try not to do it on an elevator, but with other people. But and these were a massive set of books, and they launched an onslaught of books that were about subjects that children's books kind of avoided. Then they had books for parents, like how to deal with your children's potty training, how to tell your kids about sex, as opposed to books that now went like, here, read this with your child when you feel the child is ready. And if you want to skip a page or two, because, fine. It's a whole different mindset, to the point where they started making adult-style books. Children's style books for adults. Like, what was it? Shut the Fuck Up and Go to Sleep. or is a title just like that. Go the fuck to sleep, I think, was the one. And Samuel L. Jackson read it on TV at one point. So it started an avalanche that has never really ceased. You can't go into a library now. You can't go into Barnes and Noble without seeing books geared towards children, but that will make adults go. It's kind of when adults watch the Uncle Floyd show, which was a children's show, and they're always on the lookout for. Oh, okay, all right. So here we have, ladies and gentlemen, the Storytime book of today, October 5th, is going to be Poop or Get Off the Potty, because you know how much I do love to talk about poop and all things excremental. And, of course, we do have our great friend Pooey to help us in reading this book. Pooey, are you excited about the Poop or Get Off the Potty? Yeah, I read that a couple of years ago. It's pretty good. It can use more detail, but I like it. Actually, I think Pooey said not only could it use more detail, but it's about stuff that comes out detail. Yeah. So Poop or Get Off the Potty by Margaret McNamara. And just to give you a taste of the marvelousness of this book, Mason has to poop. Mia has to poop. It's potty time.
What are you talking about?
Oh, hon, I'm telling people about what will be our Storytime book of the day, Poop or Get Off the Potty.
Oh, that's a children's version of another
Of a completely different phrase. Yes.
Did you use all your noise machines with the new batteries?
Well, I've got this working. Listen.
What you might want to do, where's the one with...
Well, I have the other white one here.
Make the...
Whoa.
You might want to do this, where's the...
Oh, yes. Please, thank you very much.
Yeah, looks like...
This will come in very handy. And look who's with us today, hon. Pooey.
Oh,
Pooey's going to help us do Poop or Get Off the
Did you
Potty.
bring all the extra chickens? You have a chicken...
I haven't opened.
Oh, they
we
love
have
the
some.
color of the book.
Oh, here, chicken. We got chickens flying at me, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
love the color of the book. They think...
Yeah. Oh, okay. I can't. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Check. And yellow. Look at the yellow lemons on the wall.
Oh, boy.
You know.
Did you throw the sloths? Where are they?
Oh, I didn't do the slots. They're probably in there somewhere, or they might be in my desk.
Oh, yeah, they might be migrating.
I'm sure they will do that.
Can you throw fiddle fat? I just put eye drops in. I can't see you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But you don't have a cold, right? You're okay.
No, I just put eye drops in because my eyes are, like, do you ever feel like, it's like allergy eyes when they're very itchy and dry, like, not the eye itself, but it's like the inner part of your eye, like this part,
Yeah.
and that part, the skin itches, it's dry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's interesting we have eyeballs and not eye vaginas.
No, your
Why
eye,
would that be?
I guess because your eyes are, they call it that because they're shaped like they're spherical.
Okay, that does make sense.
You know what always fascinated me? You're born with the same size eyes that you have when you're now adult.
I know, right?
I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah, your eyes don't. Well, they do age. Obviously, they age.
But I think, like, how are you a tiny baby and then that you grow into your eyes, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the second you're born,
Yeah.
your eyes don't get. Everything else on you
Yeah.
contracts or if you're lucky, they grow.
Yeah.
But your eye bezels. Anything
I always
else?
find it weird. I don't know. I know, like, your ears continue to grow because my grandma had really long ears. I was like, Grammy, what's up with that?
Do teeth grow? I know you get baby teeth, they fall out, but then do the new ones kind of
No,
grow,
not,
or are they just there?
They're teeth.
Right, well, yeah. No, but I'm saying...
They don't get longer. You would be like a horse. If your teeth got longer as you got older, your teeth would be like a hamster. You know, like those big choppers.
Yeah, so so
No.
teeth are maybe like eyeballs. They're in
No.
there, they come
No,
up.
but you're born with none. And then you get baby
I'm
teeth.
Jewish, I was not born with a none.
No, but then you get baby teeth and then you get your adult teeth. But with your eyes, they're there.
Yeah, that's true. But everything else, you're right. Your arms grow on your
grow
nose.
together, and because we're all one piece.
Your arms grow, and your eyes grow, and your nose. Your eyes don't grow. Your nose grows because you're all one piece.
Oh, look at him. Did we fix
I put him in
him?
the box, I think.
Did we fix him?
Is that the one that we added a battery to? We might have. Wait, where's Mr.
Why is it
Rogers?
shut? Did we buy another Mr. Rogers?
No. Is he in there? He's
Are
in
you
there.
sure?
We shouldn't have. We can find another one here. Uh-oh.
Oh no, oh look at his nose. What the heck happened? He's got a nose divot. We took out his batteries because he needs them, but look at his nose. You see that?
Oh.
He's been doing the cocaine. Mr. Rogers.
I wonder what Mr. Rogers would be like if he tried, for one episode, like he tried cocaine. I was like, kids, don't do this.
I don't think he would be allowed to do that. Can you do that on TV? I don't think so.
Well, he would do it before he went on the air. And then it's like, let's meet the fish. Okay, Mr. McFinley, I can run faster than you.
Oh, poor Mr. Rogers. They don't even look like him, really.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not a bad likeness of Fred. But you're right, we took the batteries out of him. And sad trombone is here. We do have...
Where is he?
He's here. He's here. Yeah, if you were wondering what the hell this show is about, it's about this. Every Saturday from 9 until noonish or thereabouts. So we got StoryTime, Dave's...
Tell me.
What? Sorry. Sorry. StoryTime. Dave's Big Dictionary. Bunion Watch. Rabbi Saul talking to Hamilton Clancy. And...
You're doing Bunion Watch.
Why not? Well, I promised people. I said...
Where did we talk? What was it about feet we saw?
Oh! Well, we can mention this during
on that
Bunion
show,
Watch.
the
Yeah.
guy, the psychic. Yeah.
Yeah. So remind me, when we get to the Bunion Watch, we'll talk about that.
I think he was channeling you.
He might have.
Because, yeah.
So, and also we'll have our Colorado Limerick.
Is it right foot bigger than left foot? Yeah.
Well, my right bunion is much bigger.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
I don't remember him saying that.
He said it.
Because he was talking about, it wasn't his, it was what my wife is bringing up is that pursuant to Bunion Watch, I believe that Tyler, is it Henry? What the hell's his name? Tyler or something. There's this guy who is on, I guess it's a Netflix show. He used to have a network program, and he is, I don't want to use a psychic, like a medium.
Yeah, like he used to be like
and he's
John,
not an extra large,
like
for sure.
John Edwards. But
Yeah. He's one of those people who talks to family, in this case celebrities, because it's on Netflix, about dead family members.
David,
and tries to...
Is the person
Yeah.
who's calling you from a 301?
Who's calling me now?
Somebody called you.
When?
Oh, yesterday at 7 o'clock. It's a message.
Yeah. No,
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was your guest.
No. So, I think it's Tyler
I
Henry.
want to know what happened to. Remember John Edwards? He was like a psychic. For
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I think he had a show on Broadway.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Like, how do they go in and out of?
Well, because they're fakes. That's how they go in and out of.
But I want to know, like, here's John Edwards, Senator John Edwards.
Oh, not that John Edwards. There was another guy who. The basic thing is, I'm sort of getting messages from the dead.
He's 54.
That's it.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, he was born in Glen Cove.
Oh, wow.
Just like the other one, the one with the puffy hair. She was born on the island too.
Oh, her, yeah. So for no good reason, we're watching Tyler Henry's new show, and he has Nikki Glazer, who is a comedian. And I figure comedians would be, not buy into any of this, but maybe she wanted publicity, or she will get on TV, or maybe her family buys into stuff.
Basically, now he's just raising his kids. He used to do a thing called crossing over.
That was John Edwards. Henry is this, you've seen him, he's this kind of metrosexual, blonde-haired, baby-faced kid, who since he was probably 15 years old had the gift. And he gets Nikki Glazer and her best friend and her couple of her family members, I think her father and mother, right, are on the show.
I think so.
And Henry's kind of bringing up
yeah.
Is the letter M anywhere present in your family? I said, we have an M! Oh my God! And that usual shit. But at some point, I don't know why or how, they bring up bunions.
Yes. But when you came in.
When I came in to watch this show, bunions was a topic of conversation on this Tyler Henry episode. And suddenly I went from being, well, why are we watching this shit? This is the greatest program ever. They're talking about bunions. And they did. And Nikki Glazer was saying she has bunions. And the bunions run in the family. And Tyler Henry, I think you mentioned, he has a bigger bunion on one foot than on another foot. Whoa. Well. And it made me, it redoubled my belief in the Bunion Watch segment of Dave's Gone By. Because I wonder, how different is it every week when I peel my socks off, show you my feet, and you look at my bunions for half a minute. I mean, really, it isn't. We've been doing this segment for about 2 years now. Is there really anything that new in my bunions? But I understand there's a beauty in regularity. There's a beauty in kind of expectations being fulfilled. Again, it's like comfort food. It's comfort physiognomy, if you will. So yes, I am proud of the Bunion Watch segment on Dave's Gone By.
So they do a thing.
Yeah.
Like all these people try to like fact check them.
Oh well, yeah. Well, Penn and Teller have been knocking these kinds of people down for decades.
But they try to see they see veracity. He used to be blonde. Now he's like dark hair. He looks so different. Like what happened?
Wait, who are you talking about now?
Tyler Henry. He's 28.
Yeah. No, he's still. But you were the one who mentioned. Oh my God, he's not really blonde.
Yeah, no.
He's got dark roots or something like that. So.
Colwyn. His last name is Koel Colwyn. Koelewyn.
Coldwyn. So Henry is his middle name, but he goes by Tyler Henry.
And it says, I'm just reading.
Yeah.
Personal life. Oh, he's in California.
Yeah. Is he? I mean, I'm guessing. I don't want to make leaps about this, but is he?
It says he's openly gay.
Oh, he's open. Okay. Yeah. He didn't have to say that. It's kind of like, yeah.
Let's see. He read a Kardashian first. That's what got him.
And what was interesting, he read her ass.
Let's see. He had a show called Hollywood Medium, Life After Death, which is another one.
Mm-hmm. My wife is looking up the wiki page on Tyler.
I gotta read slowly. You talk, honey. I'm reading slow.
I'm not sure. Oh, Bunion Watch. That's how we got it. You know what? Since we're on the subject, why delay? Mm-hmm. Why wait? Ladies and gentlemen, because I mentioned to the folks at home that today, since I have a head cold, let's see if my head cold affects the shape, size, condition, visual acuity, whatever that means, of my bunions. So I'm going to lower this down. I'm going to bring this down right now to bunion length. Hold on. Also, I got to play the
I'm reading about
the music.
Teresa Caputo.
Oh, her. God. Here, my friends, is the Bunion Watch theme.
She's Bunion, she really is a good one, she's Bunion. Listen, doctor, to my plea, it's time for bunionectomy. These feet of mine have got to go, please get these bunions off my toes. My alkaloid foot fluorescent, my alkaloid bunions, painful, bunions, painful.
So, hon, what are your thoughts in terms of post-nasal drip running into my feet?
Not at all. I think your feet are going to look even better.
Really?
Because you took the decongestant, it's going to make them more sleek.
Oh.
I think your feet are going to be super sleek.
Should I put baby oil on them to really make them pop on camera?
This is not a Diddy party.
Oh.
I'm reading about all these psychics.
There we go. Look at that.
Woo!
It's very red. It's very bulgy today. Is it me?
Yeah, but your foot looks great. It looks like a big blister.
I know. Oh, I was rubbing it against the side of the chair. I've got to say that. So look at that. This, my friend, I can't really bring this without hurting the computer, but here is my right foot bunion. It looks worse than it, and by the way, there's no pain. I thank goodness it's not like this is affecting my gait or giving me pain.
And you can wear any shoes. You wear all kind of sneakers now. You don't restrict to one type of shoe.
Let me see if I can do this even better and bring this more to the camera. Here we go. Here we go. Now look at that. There, ladies and gentlemen. This dum 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 da dum. Now this is my left foot bunion. I don't think this has been affected either at all. is left foot tends to be disappointing when compared to the
Wow.
magnificent right foot bunion.
Well, the left foot is normal. I mean,
Well, no, it's got a bunion on it. It's not like it's a perfectly designed foot. I do have, but it's less of a hammer toe, less visible, less colorful. Let's go back to the right foot. I'm becoming more and more proud now of the size and condition. Look at that thing.
it looks pink. It's beautiful.
Dum da dum dum da
The
dum.
fact that you get no pain makes me happy. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, sometimes things look bad and you're like, oh God, how can that person walk, you know, or how can that person use that arm or leg? But if you have no pain, that's great.
Yeah. No. I mean, even when we started
Yeah.
the Bunion Watch segment all those many months ago, it was only because I had a shoe that was rubbing, and it wasn't rubbing against the bunion. It was rubbing over the toe.
Did you ever have a lot of pain?
There was a period of time years ago when I did, it was affecting me. It was hurting and affecting my walk a little bit.
Oh, really?
And thank God it went away. Because I've had family members. I have two aunts who each of them had bunion
Both
surgery.
sides of your family, your maternal and paternal side.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's double bunion. You come from a long lineage of bunion wearers.
I have bunyai.
And both had surgery for it, right?
Yeah, exactly. My
You both-
aunt Esther.
Oh, you both did.
My aunt Esther. Love you, Esther. She 25, 30 years ago.
She was the first one to attempt that.
30, 35. Well, she also, at that point, she still wanted to wear nice shoes. She was I wouldn't say she was into fashion, but she wanted
Do you
to.
think it was for that or pain?
No. The main thing was, what are you looking for?
Look at her. No. My thing fell off, David. Look.
I beg your pardon?
This. It's on the floor.
Oh, gosh. She wanted to fit into normal size shoes and not wear old lady shoes because she was still in like her 30s or 40s, probably 40s. And so she goes, and it was, I wouldn't say she regretted it, but the recovery was brutal. I think it didn't quite go right.
What's the thing we found that's
And they
like
can reconnect.
missing pieces to my stuff?
Wait, what did we find?
We found a man who does bunion surgery that apparently isn't surgery. Like, didn't we find that? Like a man who does some kind of thing to the bunion, but it's not surgery.
Oh,
Remember that man
we saw an
who
ad for
wraps
that.
Around
It might be not even a laser thing. It's just kind of
no, it was like he wraps around like the foot muscle or something, but it's not surgery.
Yeah, good for
It's
him.
It's not like the bad bunion.
But they weren't doing that 30 years ago.
Well,
when my aunt, went for, and then my other aunt,
oh,
my aunt Bonnie, she had bunion surgery about 20 years ago. It wasn't so bad. I mean, she got it done because she was in discomfort, and she travels a lot. She's
no, she had a
active.
job where she was standing on her feet.
Oh, well, yeah, she was teaching
I
still.
mean, that's like, you can't.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up the non-surgical.
Yeah, see if
What
it's
do you-
real.
And we got ads about it. I'm going to get ads about it now. What's a better surgery for bunions that's less painful? Minimally invasive surgery.
Minimally invasive is still.
Minimally invasive bunionectomy.
Oh,
The Bunion Institute.
the Bunion
Which
Institute.
treatment's better for you? You might want to investigate.
Oh my God, I'm going to accept cookies on this.
I have to
The
look.
foot and ankle specialists at the Bunion Institute.
My thing fell off.
They always try to avoid surgery whenever possible. Now, why in the world would surgeons try to avoid doing surgery when that's their business?
Yeah.
Is this an ad? The answer is simple. Surgery is never something to take lightly.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how safe, and no matter that we have an over 95% success rate.
Oh, that's good.
Really? You would hope they would do like 98. That means 5 out of every 100 people
See?
come out of bunion surgery fucked up and walking like Igor.
I'm missing the cat for this.
It's got to be somewhere. It's got to be. Is it on the floor? Is it?
I don't know. I lost it. I'm really upset.
All right, hold on, folks.
No. You just do your show.
I'm sure it's got to be somewhere. It's not. They didn't get vacuumed up or anything.
I see it here.
And if you truly do not need to take the risk of surgery, you simply shouldn't.
Okay.
Is surgery the only way to fix a bunion?
What do I do?
Technically,
What do I do?
well, technically yes, but not all bunions require.
Yes, technically
Yeah,
yes.
right, yeah.
But there's different types of surgery.
Yeah, if your bunion hurts or you have trouble walking or working or wearing shoes, you should, well, I need shoes, I guess. You should make an appointment to explore treatment. Fortunately, bunions can be addressed sometimes without surgery as long as you treat them early. What, in the womb?
Yes.
A bunion is a slowly progressive condition. If ignored, the pain and deformity will only grow more severe
My
over
grandma
time.
had a hammer toe.
Yeah, this is a hammer toe. I got that.
Oh, okay.
Conservative, as opposed to Democrat,
Oh,
non-surgical
wow. I didn't know
treatments
it was so politicized.
can hamper a bunion's progress considerably. There's a chance that your bunion may never need surgery.
Ooh,
All right.
tell Bunion.
Like
He might
what?
want to know.
All right. Well,
What's the surgery treatment?
well, I'm going to do the non-surgery.
Oh, don't that, yeah.
Don't ignore a bunion.
Okay.
Don't ignore a bunion.
They're
Will not go away.
No,
Yeah.
they're very sensitive. They like to be part of the.
I know. Bunions turn kind of suicidal if they.
You
Yeah.
should put them in like flip flops. Maybe give your bunion. Maybe your bunion would like to see when we go shopping. You'd like to see like the supermarket. Maybe the bunion would like to see what like Marshalls or Home Goods looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe he likes Michael's.
Pop him in a moccasin.
Yeah.
Go
no,
on
not
to.
a moccasin, like a flip flop. He's got to air or
Oh, give him a tog.
Yeah, he's got to be like out to see. I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah.
Your toes might get to see more than your bunion.
Take him to Foot Locker. He would love that.
I
No,
don't know.
maybe not. No.
Not if their shoes are tight, then he might be sad.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So what are shoes with rounded wide toe box? Yeah, I wear those all growing up. Those were fun. Avoid high heels. Custom orthotics. Bunion pads. There's nothing. Medications.
Right.
Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs.
What do you do?
Topically or taken orally or injected into the bunion.
Why don't you just rub the bunion with the nice bunion cortisone cream?
That's what they're saying. That's
that's
topically,
not bad.
yeah.
What is it supposed to do? Make it less red?
These are medications containing the same pain relief drugs.
Oh.
This is not going to make them swell. This is just if you have bunion pain.
Oh, and you don't want surgery. I get it.
Yeah. Biofreeze, topical analgesic.
Really? We have a lot of biofreeze.
Yeah.
You want me to rub it on your bunion?
Oh, it doesn't hurt.
Okay, good.
Yeah. However, my penis is killing me. So if you could maybe.
David, if you put menthol on something sensitive, it will burn.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't like menthol.
Trust me.
Yeah. No, but when my nose hurts, or when I've been using tons of beryllium, and I love it, and you don't like beryllium at all. You're very affected by menthol stinging.
I don't like it.
There are times, even honest to God, when I get itchy eye.
Yeah.
Or
no, please, David, stop, just stop.
Well, it does
stop,
for
stop,
me what
stop,
eye drops do for you.
Stop.
Lidocaine patches. And steroid or cortisone injections, not going there.
You don't have to get an injection if you don't want.
Exercise and stretching.
When I do this, so look at.
Yeah. Well, you're not on camera, but
No,
yeah.
I think my bunions have gotten better because I'm wearing my Birkenstocks.
Oh.
The Birkenstocks train you. Look at they're better, right?
Yeah.
Don't they look better?
Yes.
Because the Birkenstocks hold your feet like this, so they're training your muscles to go back in their normal.
Oh, in my 20s, I would sleep or sometimes even walk around with these squishy little bunion toe separators.
We still have some.
Yes, I haven't worn them in ages, but
you call them your toe thing.
My toe thing.
Let's go give it here.
My toe separator. Show my toe separators. I used to love them.
We probably have some in the thing.
They're these squishy. You can get them in Walgreens. They're the squishy gel things that I put.
Gel toe separators.
That I put between my big toe and the toe next to it. And I didn't really. Again, it's not going to make your bunion go away. It's not actually going to cure your hammer toe.
Exactly the exact ones you have.
Yeah, they're great. They're so soft and they're see-through.
I mean, you're not supporting a CVS brand, but this is your.
Oh, they're kind of, it's hard to see, but these are made of a very soft, silicone-y, foamy thing. Love them.
We have any.
Love them. We probably have one in there. I think I carry one around in my bag that's turned black from all the schmutz.
Yeah. These are pretty. Toe spacers.
Yeah, toe spacers.
Oh, look for it. Oh my God, honey. Ugh. Okay, you gotta see this.
I gotta see this.
Look at this review and then show this picture.
Oh.
I don't think that would be something you could tap the picture.
Well, the weirdest part of this is that they've got like weird nail polish. That's why it looks so awful.
Click on the.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, but it's because she's painted her nails. Otherwise, it's a normal. Yeah, and she's got a toe separator. Look at that. A toe thing.
I would not put this up as an advertisement for my toe separator.
Hey, if it relieves pain and discomfort, I'm all
People
for it.
love it. Oh, here's a better version. Like, look at these two bottom ones.
I basically used them to keep from getting a hammer toe. That was my main thing. I thought it would stop my foot from crossing over. Well, my toe from crossing over.
You just like the gel. You said they were very squishy.
That's why.
What?
That's why Tyler Henry, and people like that are talking about bunions.
Why?
Because it stops your toes from crossing over.
Where's the trombone?
You're watching Dave's Gone By. God knows why you are watching Dave's Gone By, but it is October 5th, 2024, our 963rd edition. Did you know? Maybe you were coming in when I was talking about this. This is this completely blanked my mind, our 22nd anniversary episode of the program.
Oh.
We started October 6th, 2002, and this is October 5th.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So tomorrow, technically, is when we began. It was a Sunday. On a Sunday evening out on Long Island, we began this program. So is there more toe stuff?
No.
More bunion separator stuff? No? So maybe we should get to... We have our guest coming in about 45 minutes. His name is Hamilton Clancy. He'll be talking to the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Saul Solomon in Saul's first interview since the Jewish New Year. And also we'll have Dave's Big Dictionary, StoryTime. We have Poop or Get Off the Potty. Really, I've been listening in the car to Edith Wharton, The House of Mirth, and I'll be teaching Ethan Frome in one of my classes this year. But as great as Edith Wharton is as a writer, I doubt that she would reach the level of Margaret McNamara and illustrator Alison Black that they do in Poop or Get Off the Potty. By the way, I have not read this book, but I'm just guessing.
Might be sad.
From the
Really?
really.
Think it's going to be successful?
I think it'll have, unlike Wharton, I
Are
think
these
this will
two
have.
main characters? Do you know their names?
Yes, Mason has to poop.
Okay.
Mia has to poop. It's potty time.
Yeah, but there's only one potty and two kids.
No, they each have their own.
They have their own potty? What kind of house do they live in? They each have two potties and one bathroom?
Well, maybe it's one of those potty houses.
Or maybe they have little. It's the baby potties. There's like a little.
No, they're not. These are their
You
kids
have
are going
a
on
potty.
the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Well, maybe we'll bring that out for the segment when we do story time. Can you also might as well do it now? I have not looked up. I have not checked what Merriam-Webster's word of the day. Oh, you did? Oh, I haven't checked my email.
And I didn't send it to you.
Got it. I'm going to write it down.
I looked I didn't send it to you because I was half asleep.
So we have the word of the
I
day.
always look it up for you.
Yeah.
I'll find it for you.
Actually, the Webster's website does a lot of stuff. So I'm going to look up the word.
Here you go. You can do
I'll
word of the day of Merriam-Webster.
Here it is.
But just double check me because I might have been a little bit off. I was groggy.
All right, hold on.
Do you have Twitter on your phone?
I don't know if I do. The word of you're right. It's the word of the day. Let's make sure. For today, brought to us by Merriam-Webster, is adversary.
Oh, good, okay.
A noun meaning enemy or opponent. Upon learning that its adversaries were ahead in sales, the company quickly formed a new advertising campaign. And then we'll give you a bit more about the word and where it comes from. But main thing is that I will have to talk about, and Lord knows I can probably come up with some stuff to talk about in terms of adversary here on Dave's Gone By. So that's coming up on Dave's Big Dictionary. The interview, the Colorado Limerick, the story time. We did Bunion Watch. So yeah, we are rolling along. So are you ready for Greeley Times, dear? Are you ready for criminality?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Play the music.
Hold on. First, let me tell people what this is. Greeley Times, my friends, based on a long-running column in the Greeley Tribune newspaper, real newspaper, up in northern Colorado, something that they do called Cop Log. And these are, it's basically the transcripts of actual phone calls, or actually a summary of phone calls that come into the Greeley and Weld County Police Department from people complaining about or worried about something going on in their neighborhood, so they're calling the cops. Well, the funniest, most ridiculous ones make it into the paper once a week in this column, and we take the funniest ones of those and create Greeley Times. Da, 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 da. What do you need? Oh, you have my bell. You can use the bell. What? Oh, they're calling already? Oh my God! All right, hold on. Okay, I'll use the Pope phone. Wait, I'm deaf in this year. Okay. Hello. Okay, we have a caller at 29th Avenue who said that two people were standing on the corner. Okay. The caller.
That doesn't seem that. Honestly, David.
And you're not going to like this wording.
Aren't you allowed to stand on the corner?
Well, the caller was, quote, not my word, theirs, elderly, and thought it suspicious that they were just standing on the corner. Standing on the corner, watching all the nothing goes. Watching an old man watch us, you know. Yeah, that's about it. Can you imagine if everybody who saw people standing on the corner called the cops about people standing on the corner?
We could call them because we have a crossing guard on our street. We should call about that. That crossing guard stands on the corner every morning.
True.
And not on the weekends. So I wonder maybe there was that. But we should call the police because that crossing guard is always standing on the corner with this sign and forcing people to cross streets.
Not only that, what are they doing? What is that adult? They're staring at children.
Oh, and they're forcing children and parents to cross streets.
Yeah.
Maybe that's trafficking of some sort.
It's human trafficking.
Yeah, we better call ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look up ASAP.
We know the location. We just don't know why the person takes off the weekend.
Oh my God. All right. I think we have another call coming in.
Oh, sorry. Hold on, I can't hear it.
Chicken phone. Hello. Oh, I'm surprised this one isn't banned because it's from E Street. Get E Street banned.
Remember we saw that thing about Bruce Springsteen with the...
Oh, what? Yes, what is going on with Bruce Springsteen?
Let me get a picture. It might scare your listeners.
Scares me.
I don't understand it.
Now, remember Bruce Springsteen back in the...
picture of Bruce Springsteen with shirt open.
Yeah. In the Born in the USA times,
honey.
He was a handsome, kind of virile-looking guy. Yeah. He's still in tremendous shape. You know, he can still do a 2.5-hour concert. But what
they said he looked like what's Tilda Swinton?
Tilda Swinton. When did Bruce Springsteen grow tits?
No, but why does he have no hair? It's a very weird look.
I mean, it's a bad picture, but why did he shave? Unless he's he's gone totally gray everywhere.
Maybe. That's a good...
But look, that's how? How does Bruce Springsteen look like that now? And other pictures of him, he looks perfectly fine. But as people say, in that photo that they got from a concert a couple of weeks ago, he looks like Tilda Swinton with bigger tits than Tilda. Well, all right, at least he looks like a man here, sort of, despite the grimace. He's like Ken doll, a Barbie doll body.
He had the plastic surgery for that?
For his boobies?
No, his whole body. Maybe he had surgery.
Maybe he probably gets Botox, maybe, or I don't think he.
I don't know. Let me ask and see if he has surgery.
Yeah, maybe he had bunion surgery.
Did Bruce Springsteen have any plastic surgery? AI says no. Facial fillers. Says it looks like fillers, Botox, hair transplant.
Hair.
Some people say...
I mean, he has enough money to completely reconstruct everything, but that was just such a shocking picture because we all think of him circa 86, the cover of Born in the USA, the river, and now suddenly it's like, who is this weird... He looks like Megan Rapinoe.
Everybody's talking about like his plastic image. They're doing this, like you're saying.
Well, yeah, okay, but that was sort of a more normal progression, kind of. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I mean, you know, maybe he went to one of those New Jersey plastic surgeons like the Housewives of New Jersey went to.
Maybe went to Dr. Jonathan Zismore for being a victima de hemorrhoids.
Oh, they have Jane's Addiction. They isolated the mic track from him and Dave Navarro.
Oh, when they were screaming at each other on the stage?
Yeah. Farrell says he's in the wrong spot.
Well, I don't know if you heard about it. Jane's Addiction, the band, they had a rather public falling out on stage because Perry Farrell was drunk on drugs, whatever, and started literally castigating and almost punching his guitar player, which I guess was Dave Navarro. So we're
He said that his wife said he had tinnitus, like we both have occasionally.
Yeah.
And then he had a sore throat every night, and he was frustrated because of extremely loud stage volume, and he was being drowned out by the band.
And so he took it out on his guitarist.
Yeah, of course.
I get that. Anyway, let's get back to Greeley Times, ladies and gentlemen. These are calls that came in last week or 2 or 3 to the Greeley Weld County Police Department from people who are having issues. Oh. Let me get the noise. This actually looks like a cell phone.
It does.
Let me get the speaker on. Here we go. A caller on East Street reported that men were fishing when they were not supposed to be fishing. The caller told dispatch that they were, quote, mouthy, and officers may have to watch it with these guys.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. Couple of mouthy guys. I don't know what joke to make about that, but the word mouthy.
I think what they probably did was well, it makes sense if they're fishing because they have to catch the fish.
Yeah.
But maybe they're the same 2 guys that were standing on the corner.
Standing on, watching all the
in the other one.
Yeah.
They were probably standing on the corner, and they had to wait so long for their ride. Then when they got the ride, they were mad and they were mouthy.
That could be, but I guess they were standing with fishing poles.
Yes, that's what's scary.
And the thing about fishing poles is they're much more difficult to deal with than fishing Hungarians. All right, we have a caller. Where are you? My pen phone. A caller on 24th Street Road reported music. Oh, speaking of Perry Farrell here, this caller reported that neighbors were playing their music so loud it woke up her baby. When she went over to ask them to turn it down, they yelled at her. Easy way to get back at those neighbors, though. And it's like, wait till they finally turn the music off, half hour, you know they've gone to sleep, and then just wake the baby up and hold the baby by their front door. Just wake the baby up and leave its wet diaper on for a little bit.
Aww.
They'll get a taste of their own medicine, that's for
Mr.
sure.
Rogers doesn't like that. It's not Mr. Rogers approved.
I approve. I approve of that message. Let's see. Do you have another? Oh, this one's in stereo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, double chicken phone.
Oh.
A caller at an apartment complex on 10th Street.
Why is it in stereo with double chicken?
2 phones rang at the same time.
Okay.
And so I had to get them. But it's the same speaker, so it's kind of neat.
Did 2 people call in or just?
Oh, wait. Oh, no. You know, I'm wrong. I realize there's background. It's a quadraphonic.
Whoa.
Yeah, a quadraphonic call about from someone at an apartment complex on 10th Street who said that an upstairs neighbor, she lets her dog pee on the porch, and it leaks down to the caller's porch. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. How'd you like to be having your morning breakfast on the porch?
Good morning.
Hon, did you spill the lemonade? Oh, no!
How does it roll down to the... No, I don't get it.
Oh, it just needs to find a little hole or slat in the...
It comes through.
The redwood things that they make these decks
That's
out
true.
of. Yeah. First it comes out the dick, then it goes down the deck.
I'm sure there's like an HOA policy where you can't do that.
I get, yeah. Kindly... Well, we would clean up after our pet, but by the time we want to, it's already tripped down to you guys. Sorry. Let's have another... Oh my goodness. I'll get the trombone phone. Here we are.
Be careful, that has batteries in it, yeah.
Mm.
Do you have tea?
I have tea. I'm drinking tea. Thank you. A caller on 12th Avenue said that a man outside had built a fort in the alley and would stare at the caller when she would go outside to smoke.
How do you build it? How old is he? 3? I mean, when did you stop building forts in the alley? When you were 8? You can't build a fort.
Well, I was saying I was not building. I would build forts, but not in an alley.
No, I know. You can't build a fort in an alley. I mean, it's like past. Isn't that where cars pass through?
Well, remember when we go and get our coffee and your jar of honey at the place, we've seen tents there.
Oh, but that's for people who,
There's a giant parking lot and there's people with a tent.
We finally we saw someone trying to approach the law van.
Yeah, there's in this parking lot.
It's like a trailer. It's not more than a van.
Yeah, it's
big.
Yeah. There's a big trailer for a law firm where allegedly, they go into the community, and if anybody has legal questions or wants to hire a lawyer, it's a great piece of advertising.
You have to make an appointment.
The thing has never moved. It's always there in the same spot.
Yes.
Nobody's ever near it or in it, and we've never seen it go into the neighborhood.
Never.
Of like, hey, do anybody need some tort reform? So they should go in front of a bakery and they could reform their torts. But it's there, and also sometimes we've seen the occasional unoccupied or sometimes de-zipped, crushed down tent over by the railroad tracks. It's
and we see like the accessoride, and we've seen the two versions of the Coca-Cola van, red on white, white on red.
Yes, the X-ray image of the Coke van.
I like that. Yeah.
All right. By the way, it's a little after 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. You're watching Dave's Gone By live on October 5th, 2024, with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my wonderful wife. We've got so much more show coming at you, but we're in the middle of Greeley Times. We have a call.
Wait, let's see.
Oh, what happened to the caller? Oh. I'm trying it with a cooler light. Look at that. Yeah.
Nice.
I like that one. Where are you, sir? Oh, a caller on East 20th Street said he was reading the water meter at a residence when the homeowner threatened to shoot him.
Wow.
That's and probably not with a water gun. You gotta be careful when you're approaching people and doing your job.
Maybe he's a professional photographer, or they're, I'll shoot you. Like maybe they're doing a series on the working people of the community.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the thing about water people, you're under pressure.
They're very slippery.
Oh! Ha! You just got hosed. All right, here we go. Let's do one more, and then we'll do an elsewhere. Well, we have a couple of cool elsewheres this week.
Okay.
A caller at a bar on 9th Street. Oh, got it. Where you're a bar on 9th Street reported a man.
Noisemaker.
This one?
Yeah.
Who refused to leave. Whoa. So this is what I don't understand. He was reporting a man who refused to leave the bar, but he was throwing things into the bar from outside.
So he didn't leave the area.
Because if he was outside, he left.
No, but he didn't stop because he kept throwing things in.
I guess.
If he was outside, it's no problem.
Right.
But if you're throwing things back in, that's the problem. You're not supposed to throw things back in.
I don't know what you're throwing it like. Here's some lemons.
No, he was probably throwing like things he found in the parking lot, like a garbage can.
Oh.
Not like he's not throwing in he's not doing an Instacart delivery.
Here's some mint for your mojitos.
No, here's some fresh ice. No. Here's some I don't know, napkins. No. Folding napkins into swans. No.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that we do on Greeley Times.
You want to feel better? Take little short breaths. 2 short breaths.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that.
And then.
I haven't even brought up my morning phlegm today, so this is all just head stuff.
Did you take your medicine?
Oh yeah, I took one
help?
before I went on the air. I don't know. Yeah,
Did it help last evening?
I think it did. Well, I up and down a bit, but I slept most of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. We go elsewhere on Greeley Times, so not every single story comes from northern Colorado. We make room for one or two stories that are ridiculous and crazy and fun, but are not from the Greeley trip.
In the world,
Yeah, elsewhere in the world. And both of these are from England.
Why? Was it?
Well, there's this cool column from, I guess it's a magazine called The Week, and they do sort of what Greeley Times does.
Oh,
but for England, yeah. So here's a couple.
Finding that. That's a good contrast.
So, just what we were kind of talking about. Well, we're always talking about these things. A couple has sued an airline over a farting dog.
Wait, okay. Give me the red.
Yes, you need the red one, yes.
Okay, let's just stand up. Okay.
A farting dog that they claim ruined their long-haul flight. Gill and Warren Press are demanding a refund after their 13-hour flight was blighted by, quote, a parping pooch, said the Daily Star. Have you ever heard the word parp?
I don't know. I know.
A parping poop.
How do you spell it?
Sorry, a parping pooch.
How do you spell it?
P-A-R-P. I've never heard that verb.
Parp.
To parp.
This is an enzyme. Look at it.
Ooh. Well, enzymes make you, yeah.
It doesn't have anything.
No?
Parp. P-A-R-P as fart.
Where would they come up? Maybe they've gotten a neologism, which is my favorite kind of
Where does
chism.
parp come from? It says, growing up, we always called farts parps. It's an onomatopoeia, it says.
Yeah, well,
parp is an onomatopoeia for a trumpet sound. Farts have been called trumps.
Well, there you go.
What does parp mean in slang to break wind?
Oh, parp. I've never, is that Urban Dictionary? Where? Informal to break wind, to talk nonsense. It's cute. I like it. Parp. Sounds like a trumpet, yeah. Parp.
Yeah.
And of course, there is a book. There's a book. Here we go.
When they blow leaves one place, they go another. You know?
Oh, you mean the leaf blowers?
Yeah.
Now, here's some. We're doing a book sort of related to this today, but there is apparently a book called "The Farts That Animals Parp" by Paul Mason.
The farts that the parp. What? Oh God. Parps is a regional word for passing gas.
I guess not so much anymore. Maybe it's an English book by Tammy DeButt.
Oh, it might be like an English derivative.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Hold your nose for that latest batch of wacky animal facts and the farts that animals parp. Try not to faint as you take in the science behind these beasts' many ghastly gases. You won't believe how much wind blows about in the animal kingdom.
Oh.
Following on from the poo that animals do and the
like
wee that animals pee.
That's a lovely series. It's a lovely
Oh,
series.
no, I'm all for it.
So
really...
what happened? Like, it's not the airline's fault the dog was farting. He might have been scared.
Well, yeah. I mean, how do you sue an airline for allowing... Singapore Airlines is now, quote, facing off with a couple who claim the dog was farting liberally. An airline spokesperson said it endeavors to notify customers who may be seated next to an assistance dog prior to boarding the flight.
Yeah.
Well, you know, to be told you might be sitting near an assistance dog is different.
No, but if you don't, like, when we took Murray and Ufti, and we were on the plane, there was a woman, she was very nervous. She was the third seat, so we boarded first. We were first and second toward the window, and in the middle. You were window, I was middle. And I said to her, are you allergic or afraid of dogs? And she said no.
Yeah.
And she said, my daughter works for dog rescue, and I'm really nervous. Can I see them in the little crate? And we showed her a little container.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, Ufti didn't fart, but what happens if they both start shitting or pooping? You know, like...
Yeah, well, that... Even that wouldn't be, but it was diarrhea.
Yeah.
Because their poops weren't generally bad.
Remember we were in that plane that it was the most severe turbulence.
Oh, yeah.
Beside the puddle jumper. The puddle jumper, I thought we were going to die. That plane, when it dropped, I thought we were dead. But we were in a plane, and they're like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know, the pilot, there's going to be some severe turbulence, and we're going to feel it. And for about 10 minutes, we up and down. Like,
yeah.
And what they tell you is when you feel like you're falling 5 feet in a plane, it's like hundreds of, thousands of feet that you're falling. Like you're falling, you know, it's not
big
like
way,
it's a big, so oxygen didn't come down, but we were close to it. We were
Yeah.
falling and up and falling, and we were tilting. You know, it was bad. And then they were like, get the, you know, those vomit bags or whatever. They said, like, if you feel ill, don't go to the bathroom. Like, you have the vomit bag. And all of a sudden, behind us, like, people started going, oh, ooh, ooh. And it smelled like feces. It smelled like
Oh, yeah,
raw
that wasn't
poo-poo.
vomit. That
No, it
was
raw
somebody.
poo-poo. Yeah, it was poo-poo.
Oh, yeah. And it could have been an adult.
No, it was an adult. That wasn't a child. If a child had that much poo-poo, there would be no child left.
Yeah. And we had to deal with that for like the last half hour of the
it was
flight.
more than that. And then
Yeah.
we couldn't get up because it was still turbulence. So it was
Oh, yeah,
not,
yeah.
the turbulence until the end until landing wasn't bad. It wasn't like that bad, like a storm.
No, also when you're landing, you have to sit. You, even if there's no turbulence, you're landing that last 20 minutes. You're in your chair, you know. But I remember that. I do, and we were just very lucky that we were in the middle of the plane.
Yeah, we were not near it was near the back, and it wasn't the bathroom.
Yeah, the air was circulating to us, but it took a while.
Yeah, it wasn't the main. It was really disgusting, but I could only imagine the people next to that person.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we saw that one plane where the person shat everywhere?
No.
Yeah, and we saw pictures of it. It was.
We weren't on it. Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
no.
Yeah. Well, I've been to a Walgreens, or it might have been a Kohl's.
So loud, I don't know.
It's the leaf blower, son. There's nothing.
But the problem is, like, he blows the leaf and it comes over here.
Yeah.
So it's like, watch where he's doing it. So he's coming back this way, yeah?
Yeah. Of course, we're in suburbia, and there's gardeners outside. And they use the noisiest.
Better blow it away from it, like, not blow it back, yeah?
The noisier than lawnmowers.
I know.
As noisy as a jet engine, quite honestly, the leaf blower brigade. And all it does is just blow leaves out. It doesn't even blow them into a pile or mulch them or anything. It just blows them.
He's coming back and forth on this thing, and this guy's weeding it too.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching him. Don't blow your stuff on our side. But they're just messy anyway. They're not clean people, you know.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we must have had a little wind and rain last night because our backyard had leaves all over it this morning because it's autumn, you know. It's October.
I know.
Anyway, so that was the one elsewhere.
It's horrible. I mean, if you have to poop like that, what do you do? I've been with your family members when they poop themselves too.
Yeah, I mean.
My family member said to me, "This adult, did I poop myself?" I said, "Oh God." If anybody asks you that and they're over 5, we've got issues. You know?
I pooped myself today to fill my. I blew it. Lost the thread there. Sorry, but we do have another elsewhere. We do have a story from elsewhere in the world, but this is also from the United Kingdom. This is another English story from the week. This is wonderful, and I appreciate this one more than most. It was a bad week for Financial Times opera critic Richard Fairman.
Oh, okay. Why?
Well, he was critiquing the opening night of Wagner's Das Rheingold at the Royal Opera House. In his review, he said that 81-year-old actress Rose Knox-Peebles was, quote, made up to look quite a fright.
Isn't that part of the act?
Well, I mean, it's not high, but then her makeup made her look terrible.
Oh, not like, oh, okay, I get you.
I think you know where this is going. Unfortunately, Rose Knox-Peebles was not wearing any makeup.
Oh, my God.
And
I don't believe that, though. I think you have to in opera.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, maybe.
You have to.
Yeah. Well, the lighting probably hit her in a way that made her.
Yeah, but you have to wear makeup on stage. You told me that.
Yeah. Well, she's a good sport. She wrote to the paper to say that, quote, the fright look was all naturally mine.
Oh, God.
That's good. But it's kind of like the thing I talked about in my play, and people have done this. I'm like, oh, Mazel Tov, when's the baby due? When you see a girl with a belly, and then she's like, there's no baby, she's just fat, right? And I've done that. I've read other people have done that. This is
people everything you're not supposed to. Let's be real.
Yeah, me personally, but I haven't done this.
That would be the least offensive. Well, you got to be careful.
It's like get rid of all that makeup. No, I just like, sorry. So yeah, rough week for Richard Fairman. Yipes. Having something of a John Simon moment there. Let's do one or two more Greeley times, and then we'll get to other things to talk about. For example, a caller at 9th Avenue. reported a man with a steak knife. He was using the knife to scrape a pair of suede shoes, but the caller said people around were uncomfortable.
Why would you scrape suede shoes?
I imagine the bottom, not
You're
the...
supposed to use waterproofing agent, right?
Oh, I don't know if he was scraping like the soles. I mean, as opposed to the...
That's a weird... Why would you do that in a restaurant?
A restaurant? No, it wasn't a restaurant. What?
Where was it?
No, why do you have a steak knife?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
in a restaurant. Like imagine he's at like Sizzler. Honey, you go to the salad bar. I'm going to scrape my shoes.
The waiter says it's going to be a little while till they bring out the steak.
My shoes with the knife.
Let me get
So
this.
weird, out of context.
There's a nugget of dog shit that's in there that I just want to poke right out.
I had gum on my shoe. So terrible.
Oh, that's annoying. That
Yeah.
really is, yeah. Because by the time you get it off your shoe and you pop it into your mouth, it's got so much
Yeah.
other stuff on it. It's like, yeah.
Yucky bug.
Oh, I didn't tell you
What
the
time
story.
Wait, what time is your?
10:30.
Okay, got a mistake.
The story from this week.
Yeah.
So I was in class. This was, it was yesterday. You know, it just feels so long ago. Yesterday morning, and trying to get through it because I wasn't feeling particularly well. And I'm trying. So I've got, and I realized that of course I left our Werther candies and our Halls things in the car. I didn't have any in my pocket. So I go into my bag because I'm always carrying. You know me. I'm a pack rat. So I go zipping looking for a cough drop, and so I find them. I'm carrying Halls all the time. But the thing is from literally maybe
I say
my previous.
1902. That's my joke.
Yeah.
1902.
So I start unwrapping it. You know, while they're working on something, I'm like, and I'm starting to like pull like little bits of paper off this Hall's cough drop, and she's a sweetheart. This girl was like, you know, I just bought I think cough drops. Can I give you one?
Yes.
And I was like, yes, please.
Like, oh yeah.
And then I told everyone I would give her an A for the semester. But
Nice.
no, but that was really because she saw I was in such
It's like disgusting because then what happens is it's heat or moisture, and sometimes like I've done it where the paper fuses to the cough drop and you eat it.
Yeah.
But then you're eating paper and it's disgusting.
Yeah. And the thing is, I did that in the class before that one where I got it open. It took a while. I got it open. I popped it in my mouth, and I was like, "Oh, folks, I can literally taste things that were in my bag for the past 5 years." Yeah, I'm a strange professor. Let me tell you that. So let's do one more. One more Greeley time. Oh, I'll get the chicken phone. A caller on 18th Avenue said that an unhealthy-looking dog walked through her backyard. Police couldn't find the dog, but they believe that it was likely a fox with mange.
Oh, okay, yeah. That
Which
makes
is-
perfect sense to me.
That's an AKC breed I won't be following, I'm telling you
we
that.
saw like the foxes. Like I'm convinced when I was in Greeley that I saw a wolf, and I was walking. It was snowing, and I was walking like near Glenmere Park. I was walking like from school from Gunter Hall, and I looked, and in the distance, the thing was about your size, on all fours, like with the tail. It was a wolf. Wasn't a bear.
Did he have my kind of tail?
No, it wasn't a dog. And I looked. I said, "This is a wolf," and I thought, "I'm Little Red Riding Hood, and this thing's gonna like." Bite me hard and kill me. And so I went back to Gunter, but I could see it like maybe, I don't know, like a block away.
Yeah.
And that thing was huge. And they're like, oh, it might have been like a dog. I'm like, there's no way in heck, unless that was like, no, nothing that big. I've seen like, it looked like no perro that I've ever seen in my life. I was like, that was a wolf. It wasn't a fox. It was like, it was scary.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't with you at that point, but it's possible. I mean, they had a sighting a couple of weeks ago, I'm not kidding, of a bear in Greeley.
Yeah, of course.
A bear!
That's their mascot, so they probably came down for a game or something.
That's right, yeah.
Remember we saw those mascots fighting on the YouTube?
God.
That's hysterical.
Not to mention that the UNC team is so terrible that even bears would be like, they put their paw up.
No,
Like,
they'd be shamed. Yeah.
I can't. You know, I think they've lost every game this season and every game last season. They haven't won since 2022. So, but anywho, not that we're bitter or rooting for the other teams to win.
No, I don't root for any team. I don't care about sports
At all? No.
I never got into it.
Well, curling. Wait a minute. curling, pickleball, and of course, cornhole. And if you've ever been
I don't know
cornhole,
what sport I would like. Oh,
chess. Oh, there's another call. All right, one more. One more call.
Yeah,
One more call.
Do you have your tea?
I got. Yeah, I probably could use a hot refresher, but
When you go,
when Rabbi Sal's on.
hand over, I'll go down and. Do you have a cup I can use, or you want a new cup?
Oh, we can just because this is getting kind of iffy. Oh, let me have some.
I'm going to give you a regular black tea with honey because green tea I don't know. And I'm not going to give you a throat coat. Yeah, your tea's too weak. It's too weak and it doesn't have honey, right?
It does have honey. I have honey specifically. But a caller at a therapy office on 50. All right, a caller at a therapy office. I gotcha. Reported constantly. What kind of therapy are they getting?
They need therapy.
This caller said they're constantly finding empty liquor bottles, condoms, and wet wipes in the parking lot. There's all kinds of therapy, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you. Well, if you're using a condom, you kind of need a wet wipe. So it's yeah.
Well, better that they're. As a former HIV counselor, I'm glad they're protecting themselves. But what kind of therapy office is that?
I don't. Or is it people who can't get into the therapy office? Yeah. Anyway, my friends, that for this Saturday, October 5th, 2024, is Greeley Times on Dave's Gone By.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool.
He was not.
I'm sure that you'll agree with me that Greeley was no fool.
What he is getting at is that Mr. Greeley was no fool.
Yippee-yi!
Yippee-yi, 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 yi-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi.
Yeah, my friends, we are just a few minutes away from an interview with Hamilton Clancy, the off-off-Broadway director, artistic director of the Drilling.
Writer Clancy?
I'm sorry, what?
Patrick Clancy, who's that?
Oh, there's a very famous spy novelist named. Oh dear God, I can't. And by the way, we have named this episode Clancy Brother because he's Hamilton Clancy, who's going to be on the program talking about his years directing theater. He has a new show that is opening imminently. I think I have. Yes, it's called Lake Play, and it started performances 2 days ago at the Wild Project over on East 3rd Street in Manhattan. So he'll be telling us about that too. Yeah. Yeah. So it's about 25 after 10 in the morning. Don't really have time to do any of the. We still have Dave's Big Dictionary. We've got the Limerick. Let's get the Limerick done. I think we have time right now.
Okay, well, I don't have your phone. Is your guest in the waiting room?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But he won't be on
okay.
my phone. He'll just he'll come in a couple
I'm
minutes.
Look at Facebook on your phone.
Because it confirmed this morning, so we should be in decent shape.
About
What's that?
What am I looking for? Facebook on your phone. I can look on Facebook.
Yeah, let's see if we have a message from him. But in the meantime, let's do our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. My wife and I, since we just did Greeley Times, my wife and I lived in Greeley for about 13 years and then moved.
Oh, yeah.
But over the years, I've been writing every week a new poem about all these different places in Colorado.
I read Moshe Denberg as, what's that little animal? Moshe Denberg I read is the little tiny hippo.
Oh, Mudang!
Yes,
oh,
I was like, Mudang's writing you.
Yay!
I thought Mudang was writing you.
Oh, he wished us a happy Rosh Hashanah.
I thought Mudang was writing you. Does
So
Mudang write you?
Mudang, no.
You have 3 comments and 24 plays. I don't understand that.
It means 24 people have so far kind of tuned in.
Oh, wait, okay. So, there's a whole bunch of Bunion discussion we missed. So Marie says, when you get older and rheumatic as I am, your fingers look like they have bunions, and you're like your feet. Not something to look forward to. Nor is it the tightening of the shoes. She said, as for surgery to remove bunions or breaks in knees and ankles, no one will attempt surgery once you're 90.
Well, yeah.
Because you may not, but recovery. And then Jacinda wrote, I just had bunion surgery. You like, here, you out.
This is unbelievable.
We missed the whole bunion discussion.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't
David.
aware. I
David,
just had it. I was doing
yes.
steroid injections, for a while to fend off surgery. I reached.
I thought there was spam. It's people talking about
No!
bunions.
This is major. This is
You know what you should have? You should have a Bunion, dear Bunion person of the week, and it could be Maria or Jacinda.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Or we should have a convention.
Hero, a Bunion hero.
Oh, but yes. Wow.
So what happened to Jacinda? Is she okay?
Oh, she reached the point where she had to limp to walk at times.
Oh my God.
So she had the surgery. I hope she's got.
So,
Jacinda, I hope you're doing fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them the stickers of somebody liked their.
Wow.
Oh, Marie liked Jacinda's thing about feeling better. So let's give them. We got to give them some.
Yes, because when you have bunions, you don't want to go down to defeat.
I'm writing. Hope you both are well, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You are watching the 963rd edition of the Dave's Gone By show. Let me remind you then that we'll move our Colorado Limerick to later in the show.
But that Bunion segment has unleashed the beast.
Am I right?
David, like,
Who knew?
I thought it was going to be like those things like, add me as a friend or something, but there's a lot of people early now. Oh, David, you hit a niche.
Yeah. Remember when people used to tune in for the quiz, and I just haven't had the time or energy to deal with that? We needed to find something.
You got a new
Bunion Watch has taken over from everything.
You should have a segment. I'm going to talk about a health condition that we all hate, and then people just write about stuff.
Yeah, Rabbi Saul could do prostate watch. I don't know what you would show.
Well, when you show the everybody poops thing, right?
Well, that's coming. We have story time with poop or get off the potty.
Let me go get the.
Yeah. And in just a minute or two or three, one hopes, Hamilton Clancy will be with us in the Daverhood talking to Rabbi Saul Solomon about his years directing, and he's directing a new play off-off-Broadway. We'll also have Dave's Big Dictionary with the word adversary and a Colorado limerick of the dam for Baker, Colorado, where I've written a poem about Baker, Colorado, which I'll tell you a little bit about it, the place, and then you'll hear our disgusting, tasteless, sick, risque poem, our Colorado limerick of the dam. So we have a lot still to do on this edition of the show. I'm making it through. I'm halfway through the show. My throat has not yet given out, so I'm grateful for that. Grateful to all of you for tuning in. Remember that if you want to know more about me,
it also has your phlegm chart in there. Remember your phlegm chart?
I remember. Oh, that was when I was that's when I had COVID or long COVID.
Yeah, I think you had.
Here's Oscar on the toilet.
Look how good the green looks.
Oh, it's a beautiful
He's very
color.
photogenic, yeah.
Look at him. Oh yeah. So Oscar is.
Take out Oscar and look what's in there.
Yeah. Well,
Oscar was successful.
I really should have washed my hands.
Oh, David. Oh, can you flush, please, sir? Oh, that's not a good visual. People are gonna not like that.
This is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Later in the show, poop or get off the potty. It's potty time on Dave's Gone By. Wow, so much fun. Yeah, on the program. And I want to remind you again, all of our regular archives, or irregular archives, if you will, are on davesgoneby.com. Also, we have a channel at archive.org. Plus, we have a YouTube channel. Plus, we have our Facebook page, of course, that you're watching. They're all called Dave's Gone By. Castbox.fm for our audio archives. And if you want to read my plays and my comical essays and my song lyrics and journalism items that I've done for entertainment journalism, you can go to davelefkowitz.org, davelefkowitz.org, and for free, anything you want to read. My one-act plays, my full-length plays, they're all there. Yeah. And I just haven't had the time to beef up and get more and more archives on there, but I'm trying. Dave,
please put down the toilet so you don't kill yourself.
I gotta put it in a place where I'm not going to trip over it. Yeah.
Oscar was successful. Look, look at his little apron for fall. See, he's dressed for fall. He's gardening. He likes to garden.
Which he wouldn't. Oscar, of all
Maybe
things.
he likes to destroy the garden.
That's what he would do.
Look at the implements. He's got scissors, a fork, and a trowel or something.
Let me just go on to Facebook to see what's going on here.
I don't see any message. A 917 call you missed, but that's...
Oh, he's having... Our guest says he's heading to an ideal spot for Zoom.
Okay.
And he might be a couple of minutes behind our scheduled time.
Where do you see that on...
Oh, he just emailed me.
Okay.
So...
Okay, no worries.
As you can. Best,
Tell him that...
Dave. Yeah.
Just tell him there's so many people talking about bunions, he may have to step in line.
Oh, you know? Could be. So what else? What else is there to mention or discuss?
Sometimes it's like that. Like, I'm having more and more Zoom meetings where people are talking and they're frozen, and then it's like, and they go fast, and there's like, I think, maybe post-COVID or whatever, we're so living on the Wi-Fi or hotspots or the interwebs. Like, it happens.
Has this been happening to you at school or just here?
School.
Really?
Not here, at school. And it's not me, it's the people I'm talking to.
Oh, yeah. No, because that happened to me last week, it was to me when I was interviewing our guest last time. No. Well, it happened at school when I interviewed.
I think it's endemic. Like, many times I'm at school trying to save to the OneDrive, and they're like, "You have no internet connection." I'm like, "What? I'm Ethernet." I'm like loaded in, and it's like. So I think maybe there's stuff, you know.
Yeah. And it's also a Saturday and not Ether Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest has entered the waiting room, which means it's time for Rabbi Saul Solomon to come and be Jewish and talk about theater with Hamilton Clancy, founder of the Drilling Company. They're the creators of Shakespeare in the Parking Lot. So, no, seriously, they've been doing it for 20-something years. It's fabulous.
Name. Come on, that's excellent.
So without further ado or a don't, here's the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi, Saul Solomon.
Boom. Boom. Looks like there's Dave Lester.
Shalom! Shalom, my friends. Shalom, my enemies. This is your old pal, Rabbi Saul Solomon, the founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. And I am all decked up for the high holy days. We got Rosh Hashanah happening. This is not going to stay.
Nice, Saul. Very nice.
Thank you so much. The person saying nice to me is a nice gentleman who has been an actor and a director and also an artistic director. I'm kind of an autistic director myself, but let's see if this will stick. Thank you so much. There we go. Oh my God. I feel like the little star of Bethlehem here. The real Bethlehem, not the Goyish one.
Right.
The one, the only, Hamilton Clancy. You see it fell. There it goes. So he is founder of the Drilling Company. And if you've ever heard of them, they've been off-off-Broadway for several years now, doing Bryant Park Shakespeare, and more famously, Shakespeare in the Parking Lot. Oh, I mean, where else would you want to do Shakespeare, my friends? He's also been on TV in shows like Billions. He had a recurring role on Orange is the New Black. He's in a show called $1, and he also did his formative years, if you will, and you will, at the American Place Theater. So, ladies and gentlemen, he is currently directing a brand new play called Lake Play that is being done at the Wild Project over on East 3rd Street. It's a play by Drew Valens. It started performances a couple of days ago, goes through mid-October. So, ladies and gentlemen, won't you please welcome to the Daverhood on this post-Rosh Hashanah, Hamilton Clancy. Shalom.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Wow, Rabbi, I cannot I cannot express my gratitude for such a brilliant introduction and such a brilliant welcome. Thank you.
People can express that. It's an honor to see you.
And it's slightly late, but I should be wishing you a happy holidays.
That's right. We got Yom Kippur coming up. We got Sukkot coming up. Passover in a couple of months.
Right.
It's a lot.
Do you have your dates circled?
I said about that?
Do you have your dates circled?
I generally eat figs, so I circle them and stick the dates.
Good.
With a name like Hamilton Clancy, I'm guessing you're Irish. So how much do you drink?
I have to tell you, Rabbi, that's a great question.
It is.
I drink quite a lot.
Really? For reals, or are you joking now?
No, I do drink quite a lot, but what I drink a lot of is I drink a lot of water.
Oh, well, if you're on stage...
You'd be surprised. So about a year and a half ago, I decided, because I was, I just decided I wanted to lose some weight, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I looked at every kind of program in the world, and I just decided one day that I would only drink water. I would only drink water.
Soda and things. Yeah.
No soda, no alcohol, no coffee, no tea, nothing. Yeah. Just water. And I thought I would just be able to get away with it for a week. But I just made up my mind that every time I went into a restaurant, I would only drink water. And I lost 45 pounds.
And you haven't changed any other aspect?
No other aspect.
You didn't cut off one of your legs?
No, none of my legs came out. I haven't had any operations. I still eat as much pie as I want to. I have ice cream and cake. Anytime I want a pizza slice, I grab it. But there's just less of me because I only drink water. I drink a lot of it.
Fine. No, that's but it's calorie free. It's like eating lettuce. You can eat as much as you want.
Yeah. So I had to. So that, given that great experiment, I haven't returned. But I think my ability to only drink water comes partly from my Irish proclivity to drink in the first place. But now I've just changed the substance that I'm drinking.
Good for you. I mean, I always talk about the empty calories. I don't know how much, you were popping when you were...
I was a regular, man. I was a regular popping something down my gut to keep me going. I had a guy tell me when I was a younger man. He was a little shy older than me. I think he just crossed the 50 line, right? Just crossed the 50-yard line. And he was talking about how he looked forward to his espressos. And I said, I don't drink espressos. I wasn't a coffee drinker. And he looked straight in my eyes and he said, "You will be."
All right.
And I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't like it. He said, "Don't worry. When you cross that 50-yard line, you're going to need it. And I'll be damned if you wasn't right." He was damn right.
So you drink coffee and espresso now?
Oh, I was a Coca-Cola man, right? I would drink 2 or 3 Cokes a day, but I also had found other caffeine substitutes. I had vitamin water, anything that had a little caffeine in it that helped me get to the next 5 minutes. I was down for. I had no problem with drinking tons of caffeine, and that has zeroed itself out of me. Anyway,
but if you don't have sugar or milk in it, wouldn't espresso be fine? Because it's essentially water with mud in it.
It might be. But you see, the religion that I adopted was the only water. OW, only water. The religion of Al, right?
No, Judaism is the religion of Al. Oi, we're attacked again. Ow! This religion of Al.
You're right. I don't know. I haven't suffered. You're correct. Listen to me comparing my suffering, right? When only I draw water. You want to be suffering. Look Right.
Look over here. You know,
Right.
2 days before October 7th, you know, we get the suffering. We
Right.
get this more than
Right.
like, oh, it's only water. Ow. No, that's not a religion. That's a diet. But
I understand.
you're looking good. You look great. I mean, it makes me
Well-
want to drink only water, but holy water. Yeah. Let me ask Hamilton, excuse me.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll take the confusion.
There we go. Also, why are you looking off into space? I'm over here. There.
Are you there?
There we go. Oh, that's better. Hello.
Now am I looking at you?
Hello. You see me
Hello.
right here? Oh,
Better?
yeah, good. So, tell us about Lake Play, the play that you are directing at the Wild Project.
All right. So this is a fantastic new play that we found about a year and a half ago by a guy who has been working with our theater company for almost 15 years. And it's part love story, it's part thriller, it's part horror story. It's a lovely couple during COVID times goes away to see if they can reconnect and find themselves and see if they can explore some other things. And they go away to upstate New York because they figure they need to get away from the city. It's COVID times. You can remember, we can all remember those times when COVID hit the city.
No, I have long COVID. I can't remember anything. So
Okay, there it is.
Who are you?
It was bad. Yeah, it was a bad time. And a lot of us at the time thought about, I can remember being in the city at that time, and we thought about, oh my goodness, I should get out. And so this is a couple that decided, oh, we'll get out, we'll go stay at this little place by a lake. But what they didn't plan on was that the place by the lake was also being kept by somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Who used to be a New Yorker and who winds up being a very, shall we say, interesting person for them to meet, and creates quite an adventure. And I don't know anybody who's a New Yorker who's ever not gone away for a weekend outside of New York to sort of get back to nature, maybe find themselves, find some other things. And this is a couple that does that, has quite an interesting adventure in which they find a lot of things about themselves.
Oh,
So it's a warm play. It's a funny play.
Oh, good. Both scary, a little creepy.
But it's also a little scary and a little creepy. This writer, Drew Valens,
yeah,
he's it's his first play. And we've been doing plays. We actually started, Rabbi.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said he's been with the company for 15 years. Was he an actor then?
He's an actor.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you said
He's an actor. He's an actor. He's acted in a bunch of Shakespeare plays with us, a bunch of original plays with us. He's got he's a terrific actor. Terrific actor. And we had an opportunity to do some readings of some plays, well, like I said, a year and a half ago. And I mentioned it to him because I thought maybe he would be in one. And he mentioned that he had written this play. I didn't even know anything about it. So it seemed to me, he sent it to me. I took a short read of it, and it was wow. It was a wow play. One of the best plays I've seen or read in a long time.
All right.
And then we put it up in front of some folks, and they all loved the heck out of it. And I said to myself, wow, this is an opportunity. We should try to get this thing. And at the time, play kind of involves people making a choice about children and having them or not.
Right.
And at the time, we thought, wow, I said, we got a theater, and it was going to be in October. And I said, well, if we do this play in October, well, the problem is there's an election in November. And this play has absolutely nothing to do with anything that's political. There's no way that somebody making a choice about whether or not they're going to have kids could ever possibly be political. That's not going to be political, is it? And then, actually, a couple of people said a couple of things. In the last month or so, next thing you knew, it was a big old political. Here it is. We thought we were doing just this little love story with a little kind of a thriller edge, but there's also this little interesting little political thing that happens in it. That's kind of interesting.
The decision to have kids rather than abort them is a political decision in this country. I mean, we know that.
We know that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or the decision to have them and then murder them, which is a political,
Right. But then there's also a decision now about is it a political decision to just not have kids at all? What about those cat ladies?
It would be, I guess.
What about those cat ladies who don't have any kids?
Right?
I never
have to watch out for the Haitians. That's
yes, exactly. Right. So it's got a little bit of. So I think this play's got a little bit of everything. Right. I keep looking over here.
Well, wait, let me ask you though. That it has everything. The most important question that I have is there copious female nudity?
Oh.
Director, you could have.
No! You got me. You got me.
All right. Well,
no. I looked at the writer last night. I said to him, "Do you have any notes?" Right? And he threw a couple of things at me, and I threw at him, and that I realized is the one thing that we haven't included. Right? It's a myth. That's a miss.
He has to put it in his next play.
No, definitely. Oh no, definitely. And there was an opportunity. There's an opportunity in the play. There's an opportunity in the play where there could have been copious female nudity, and I missed it. I didn't.
You've been directing for 30 years. How do you miss it?
I don't know.
Screw up like that.
I know. I'm coming clean with my failure in that regard.
How did you, Hamilton Clancy? How did you become a director initially?
How I became a director initially was I began a theater company almost 25 years ago, and I began commissioning new playwrights to write new plays. That's how we started our theater company.
All right, my first question immediately is, where the hell did you get the money?
I was very fortunate to persuade someone in our very early years that it was worth it to invest a little bit in this crazy idea that we could get new playwrights to write new plays, and we could start a theater company in which we created our own new work. And that individual put a small nickel behind us, and we were able to get a space. And after we started doing some work and people started seeing it, other people started contributing some money. We're really, our theater company, the Drilling Company, is a Field of Dreams theater company. Do you know what a Field of Dreams theater company is?
If you build it, they will come, and some of the women will come multiple times. But
exactly. Exactly. We are a Field of Dreams theater company. So we
even now, is it 25? How old is the Drilling Company at this point?
It's we will have our 26th birthday on what is today's date?
October 5th.
October 5th, right? Today. So we are 8 days, 7 days. We're 7 days away from our 26th birthday.
So let me ask you again to mount the show that you're doing at the Wild Project, the new play called Lake Play.
Yeah.
How much of that is grant funded? How much of that is anticipating money coming in from audiences? How much of that is just donors, or what? I mean, do you get the space at least from Wild Project, or do you have to pay for the? What does it cost to mount a play off-Broadway nowadays?
What does it cost? Well, I could give you numbers about what it costs to mount an off-Broadway play nowadays, and they would make your ears ring.
I've had that for years. Yeah.
Have you? Yeah. It costs. Different people spend money different ways, and different people want different things. For us to do this first-class production, we had to get. We had diversity of funding. We had some money come from private donors. We have some come from state foundations and funding in that regard. And of course, we're going to have some money come from our box office. So we've diversified all the funding for this production, and we've gotten pretty good at that over the years. But it does take, in order for you to get a play off the ground, like if you wrote, the play you wrote.
I have written. Oh, I wrote a play.
I know
you
that.
Put it on in your theater, you son of a bitch. You could have.
I could have. You
should have.
Yeah. I would tell you. The reason I'm hedging, giving you a dollar amount, is because nowadays some people could come to me and they'd say, "Oh man, I have $200,000 to do a play." I'd say, "Well, we could do a play with that, and it would cost us $200,000." And we wouldn't. You'd come to see the play and you'd say, "Oh, it looks like a nice play. It's a play," and you wouldn't necessarily know that there was $200,000 behind that production, right? But you could come to me and you could say, "Oh, I don't have $200,000. I have 100,000. But you know what? We could still do that play.
Yeah.
And we could still do that play, and people would come to it and they'd say, "Oh, this is a nice play." All right. And they wouldn't even know you had 100,000. And you might come to me and say, I got 20,000. Now, 20,000 is a whole lot less than 200. Am I right?
Yeah. Now you a little,
but with the proper management of resources, right?
Yeah.
We might still also be able to do that play, right? If we got enough contributions from other people and different things, somebody else give me a little bit of something, this, that, and you might still be able to do that play. It's that wide of a range, and probably even a little bit less than that sometimes, that people have when they go to produce plays at this level. Obviously, if you're going to do an off-Broadway play, you're going to need probably twice that level of funding that I estimated because of just the cost, the real costs that drive. The two things that make it expensive. Do you want to know what they are?
Rent and equity.
I
wasn't even kidding.
Now, when you say equity, are you talking about the Actors Equity Association?
Yeah, having to pay even everybody $1,000, whatever, a week. Yeah.
Everybody, yes. The two things would be rent and personnel. Yes. Rent and personnel.
Right. Look at that.
You're correct. Right. You're absolutely right.
Well, those are the two.
Those are the two. That's it. That's it. So if you wrote me, and you wrote me the one-man show, one-man show that you should send me, right? Well, then I only have to pay one man, right? So then that's gonna be a lot cheaper, right? Than if you write me a 10-man play, right? Or a 10-person play.
Broadway, do you pay actors? Do you pay, because you're not equity? You're not contract.
We do have equity. We do have an agreement with equity. All of our shows we produce under agreements with equity, and we do pay all of our actors, and we pay all of our personnel. So everybody gets paid. Yeah.
Well, wait. In this lake play that they're doing now, if God forbid a million times, your lead actor has a terrible accident, and you need a rabbi to fill in, or perhaps to understudy. I
want to tune you in ahead of time, because this whole conversation has inspired me. There's a little known fact about lake play. It's not mentioned a lot, but the playwright, our fine playwright, he happens to be Jewish.
Mm-hmm. This is exciting to me. Yes,
he wrote the play, and he wrote the play, somewhat had some personal association. So he happened to make a character in the play. He made the character Jewish.
Well, I'm just look.
So now he doesn't. No, I don't want you to get too excited. He didn't mention. It's not in the. So it's. But I think definitely there's a lot of qualities that you have that are very lake play. They're very, very lake play. I could see that.
That's scaring me. I could do the girl part. The shiksa. I could play the shiksa.
Well,
if I cut these.
If you cut those, what about the beard? Are you going to keep it?
Well, some women, old Italian women, they have beards. We can work with it.
Yeah, you bet. I think you actually the landlady, right? I think you definitely could play the landlady.
Of course, right? I can play the landlady.
If you keep the beard, Kimber's place. I definitely think you could play Kimber. Kimber's the name of our landlady. I definitely think you could play her very convincingly. She's very generous and very welcoming. But she's somebody who you're a little not too sure about.
That's me.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
You'd be perfect.
Do something I tell. Justin, God forbid. I'm sure they're all healthy and happy. What are the names of your actors? Just give them a little plug.
Yeah, let me give the names of our. The play is led by Matt Lee, fabulous actor. Petra Dennison, terrific actress, and a superstar from our company named Carla Hendrick. It's a 3-person play. Carla Hendrick has been with our company for almost 15 years. She led a production that went off Broadway with our company about 10 years ago called The Norwegians. And she was celebrated by the New York Times as being one of the finest performances of the year. So having Carla Hendrick in the play is a real she's a real veteran, and she's terrifically funny and bright, and she kills it. So all of my actors are fantastic, but
those are three individual separate salaries. So if you let me play all the parts, it gets that much cheaper. You could pay off the thing.
You could do all three. You're saying you would do all three?
Yeah.
Wow.
I could run around.
You do both the husband and the wife?
I could. Of course I could. No, you can't. Yes, I could. See, I'm good.
Wait, could you do that one more time? No. Do it one more time. Just what you just said.
Okay.
Just do that one more time.
No, you can't. Yes, I can.
No. I'm telling you, that's in the play.
Is it really?
Those lines are exactly in the play, and you did it almost exactly like they are in the play.
See?
Amazing.
It's kismet. It's God working through me into you.
Yeah. No, stunning.
Let me ask also, we're talking to Hamilton Clancy here. He is the artistic director and founder or co-founder of...
I'm the founder.
You are the founder?
I'm the founder. No, let me give my co-founders a little shout out. I was a founder, and my co-founders, after about 3 to 5 years, they had to go do other things. And so I was left to keep the ball going. But there are two wonderful people named Elizabeth Allen and Ross Stoner who founded the company with me 26 years ago. And Ross is no longer with us, right? So we take a hat off to Ross. He's a great spirit that we started the company with. And so I just always like to. And Elizabeth left our company after the first 3-4 years. She had other professional pursuits, but Elizabeth Allen, she's come all the way back almost 17 years later. She came back to New York and began working with our company and does so today. So it's really we have the drilling company is a great family of artists, and we've been working for about 25 years. And people ask me a lot of times, they say, well, who's in the drilling company? And I tell people that you are in the drilling company if you think you are.
Oh, well, you'll be doing my play next month. That's wonderful.
That's what I say.
I am believing it that Shalom Dammit, An Evening with Rabbi Sal Solomon, which actually has 2 salaries. There's
nice. All right, so I like the way you doubled it up.
You have to. You kind of have to. Anyway, let's also ask some other questions. For example, Shakespeare in the parking lot. What is the key to getting Shakespeare across in that kind of situation when you're not in a theater and you're not even in a park, but you have $12.17 and boom, parking meters, traffic? How do you get Shakespeare across to people?
Well, I think the first answer to that question has to be that you need a little bit of volume.
This I can.
You need to be able to offer Shakespeare with a little bit of authority, and happen to have an instrument that can communicate beyond a couple of parked cars. We've been very fortunate to have actors who are really trained in the theater and have really terrific instruments. The second thing,
a viola da gamba.
The viola da gamba. Actually, the viola da gamba could come in really handy. It would have been very handy in the last show. There's a character in the last show we did who played the viola da gamba.
See, you could have.
I can tell you right now, I actually was in the show. I played the character who said, and he plays all the viola da gamboys. I said that line, and you play, and you have it. That you obviously could play an Andrew Aguchick in Twelfth Night. The second thing that you actually need is you need to have actors who are a little bit of a show person. You can't be afraid, because all we have when we do Shakespeare in the parking lot is we have the actors in very simple settings. But in fact, you wouldn't know is that's actually how Shakespeare wrote the plays. Shakespeare actually wrote his plays to be done in a parking lot. He wanted them to be done, yes. He wanted them to be done as simply. And he played back in Shakespeare's time. They didn't have sets. They just had some lights that they put. They came on in some costumes. They didn't change the sets all the time. They used the same dang bench for the last play and this play and that play. What they changed all the time was the play and the actors. And occasionally they changed a wig or something like that. So you need people who can actually inhabit a character with that much life that you just got to look at them. So if you got those two things, if I have those two things, if I got somebody who can be heard, right, and I have somebody who actually has a lot of life in them, and then if I get like a sidebar of somebody who's just like got a heart as big as Texas,
rules me out. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can see that, and that's one of the reasons I had to think twice before I put you in the parking lot. But if you got one of those, if you got that threefold combination, right? Trust me, I can put on Shakespeare in any parking lot anywhere. But I have to tell you one thing that's important that you know: we don't do Shakespeare in a parking lot. We do Shakespeare in the parking lot. The parking lot on the Lower East Side of New York City. And
well, you changed it. It's now at the CSV Center. It used to be somewhere else, didn't it?
Well, it used to be. Well, it used to be like a block and a half away at Ludlow Room. So and this summer we actually had the CSV was down, so we had to go one block over, right? So all this time that we've done Shakespeare in the parking lot, it's been going on we've never not done it within like a 4-block radius, right? It's always been the Lower East Side. And one of the reasons why it's on the Lower East Side is because Lower East Side, as you may or may not know, is one of the great melting pots historically. And it's one of the great melting pots in New York City. And what you may or may not know is that New York City is one of the greatest cities in the world.
Well, yeah.
As a matter of fact, you may not know this, it's one of the greatest cities of all time. So New York City is one of the greatest cities in the entire history of man.
True.
That it exists.
True.
And the Lower East Side is one of the greatest neighborhoods in one of the greatest cities. It's one of the greatest melting pots.
I mean,
Shakespeare,
there's ways to go before you hit Passaic. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
And Shakespeare is one of the greatest writers.
Yeah.
So we're doing one of the greatest writers in one of the greatest neighborhoods in one of the greatest cities of all time.
And the only reason you're doing it down in the Lower East Side is that after the show you can go to Katz's. I mean, it's true. Really
No. I got to tell you. No. I got to tell you, that was one of the reasons, early days, but now they're closing early. Can you believe that? Katz's isn't open when we're done now.
Oh, my God. They close at what, 10 o'clock now? That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about this. This is tragic. This is unfortunate. Now, let me ask you, you worked acting, I guess, learned some directing when you were involved in a place called the American Place Theater that was over in Midtown, I think the Roundabout, I think, controls the place now. But
yeah, they do.
The guy who was running that, Win Handman.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Win Handman before?
I just mentioned him. Yes, I've heard of him. So,
you've heard of him?
And they did a documentary about him. You were probably a talking head on that. So, what is one or two things that he taught you or that you learned from the experience of being at the American Place?
Well, I can tell you this. I was fortunate. I was really lucky when I got to town and I wanted to be an actor. And I was looking around. I didn't think I wanted to take any acting classes anymore. I've been pissed off by acting classes that I come from. I came from a program that disappointed me. I was young and I thought that I knew everything. And somebody said, you don't. You're not as smart as you think you are. And somebody told me that a guy named Win Handman was a good acting teacher. And so I looked up some number. I got some number that I wrote down on and I called it up. And I got some interview, some audition for his class. And when I auditioned for this guy's class, he started talking to me after I did this monologue. And I started answering. And I didn't realize, actually, that he was talking to me in the character who I was in. And I thought he was talking to me directly. But I was sort of like the character anyway, so I just went with it. And he decided that I was worth trying to make better. And he let me in his class. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me as an artist, because that guy is one of the yeah, he's one of the greatest teachers that there's ever been.
What
So I
made
got
you so different?
lucky. I got lucky
Yeah.
that I got in a play at his theater, American Place Theater. And after I did this play, Dog Logic, at the American Place Theater, I became involved in doing some other projects there, some experimental projects. And this is what he said to me when I started the theater company. He said to me, he said, if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you think about is making this company happen, then you should do it. And if you don't wake up with that, then you should forget about it. Do something else. And that, I'm still waking up thinking about what to do at the theater company every day, 26 years later. So he woke up with that like every day of his life until they finally like had the American Place Theater had to close down, and he kept his classes going, and he was taken from us by COVID. Win was, but at the ripe young age, I think of 97. So that's what that he's been an inspiration to me
But
about.
what made him so different from the lousy acting teachers that you had, that you making you give up on at least going to acting class, if not acting? What was so terrible about them that he wasn't quote unquote method? I don't know, or maybe he was.
No, I'll tell you what was so great about this guy. And this is what made this guy a great artistic person. He wasn't concerned with teaching people how to act his way. He didn't want to give you any method. He wanted to individuate every single actor who was in his class, so they found the individual actor in themselves and process and method for themselves. And every actor who I saw come through there went through a similar process. I saw actors who came from really super different backgrounds. And he created a place where all these backgrounds could find a way to individually express themselves and improve at the same time and become actors who had their own process, not just his process, but something that they found. And that is really that's a gift. It's a gift that he had, and I don't take it lightly.
Do you teach acting or directing, or you're just a practitioner?
I teach acting and directing when I'm asked and on occasion. I am also primarily a practitioner. I have not. I have. Yes,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
how I best answer that question. Yeah, I often teach acting and directing when I'm asked to, but I primarily am focused on our company and directing and promoting the work that we do and my own acting work.
And so how much time do you spend during a given week or month auditioning and getting sent out by your agent and trying to get on shows like Orange is the New Black and so forth?
Yeah, I would say that I spend. I think the best answer to that is when times are good, I spend a lot of time doing that. And when times are not as good, I don't spend as much time doing that. It, it, our business is a really funny business. I don't know if you know that because you're funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. But they're different. It changes so much. You can't even like begin to think, oh, that's how much you time. Everything in the world changes our business. COVID happens. Oh, our business shuts down. Oh, okay. Oh, a strike happens. Oh, okay. Our business shuts down. So how much time? Oh, okay. The strike's off. Okay. Oh, no. Now our business is up. Oh, but now, business is slow. Oh, so there's not as many others. But now business is up. So now there are several. It's and then every time goes on and other events affect it. So it's not something I've been very fortunate to have the opportunities I've had and et cetera, et cetera. And I can only tell you this, that I look forward to spending even more time auditioning because there's nothing that I love more than auditioning except actually playing the roles. I love auditioning.
I thought you were going to say nothing you enjoy more than directing for the drilling company, but you enjoy more.
I guess it's really the neck and neck, right? auditioning for all of these wonderful projects, right, is a tremendous thrill. And it actually causes you to exercise yourself as an actor constantly on the dot. I mean, you get something and you're expected to be a postman one day, you're expected to be a serial killer the next day, and then the next day they want you just to be a senator, and then the next day they want you to be and it's boom, boom, boom. So calling upon all those different colors in yourself, wow, that's cool. But there isn't anything. My life's work is as the artistic director of the drilling company, because it's building a family of it's the opportunity to work and the privilege to work with these incredible artists. That's all the people that I mentioned: Matt Lee, Petra Dennison, Carla Hendrick. That's just the tip of the iceberg of the incredible people that I work with. And that is it. When you're fortunate enough to build a family of artists right around you that make you just question your own. Yeah. They make you second guess yourself. You know what I mean? You're working with people who make you go, I'm no good. That person's great.
Oh, everybody makes me feel like that. Yeah.
Everything you see it, you know how that is, right? Don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Everybody makes me feel like crap. But do you have a family of your own?
I do have a family of my own. Yeah, I have my wife of 24 years and 24 years and 3 or 4 months, and we're hoping to get, what is today?
October 5th.
Yeah, well, we're hoping right now. Things look good. We're hoping to get to October 6th, right? Me and my wife, we take it one day at a time. So and that's been going that way for 24 years. So I'm pretty caring kid.
Was she in the drilling company? Was this someone you met?
I met her. She actually, she helped inspire the start of the drilling company. She did many plays in the early years of the drilling company, and she after our son was born about 20 years ago, she decided that she's had some other things that she was going to do creatively besides a drilling company. So she is a very patient and supportive observer these days. She was at the show last night, but she's always a fantastic person to have in the house, and she continues to support me with wonderful ideas. That's you can't do these things without allies and partners and alliances. And
is your son in college? What is he up to?
He's in college at the School of Visual Arts. Wow. He is a visual artist.
Yeah.
He thinks actors are scallywags. He wouldn't use that word. He uses other words that are more common for 20-year-old guys to use. Yeah. He thinks actors are terrible.
We are.
We are. He did a film. He did a film in which he was a production assistant, and so he had to pick up things here and there and move all around. And the actors just sat around at the table drinking coffee in between scenes, and he thought actors are awful.
Oh, they're lazy. They could help move this.
They could. Yeah, what is it with actors, right? All they want to talk about is how great the last movie was. So but he's a very talented artist. He does very well at the School of Visual Arts.
Awesome stuff. Let me ask you, speaking of we have just a couple of more minutes here with the Hamilton Clancy. What are one or two of the funniest, most ridiculous things that have happened, which you must have witnessed, when you guys were doing a Shakespeare in Bryant Park or in the parking lot, or just some of the shows you've been doing? You must have had moments of, like, something in the audience happens, scenery fall. Yeah. What are some of the wildest things that have happened since you've got to play at the Wild Project now? So, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of wild things happen. I'll tell you, most of this one, for some reason, this one happens to come to mind when you ask me that question. There are so many wild things, but this story happens to come to mind. We did a show at Ludlow and Broome, the parking lot at Ludlow and Broome. It was one of the first shows the drilling company was part of producing there, and it was Two Gentlemen of Verona. And at the time, we didn't have any. We'd build a set for the play to be done. We'd only do it on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays nights, and we didn't have any place to put the set. We had a motorcycle bar that let us put some things downstairs, but we had a scenic designer who built this big yellow moon. It was very romantic. It was really perfect. It was glorious. We would put it up and attach it with bungee cords to this sign with this letter, and had a little hole in it, and the actress would stick her head out. It was just perfect. It was just beautiful, and we're the street light right over it. So the yellow moon, we didn't have any place to put it. So we finally, when we were getting ready to do the play, I said, let's put it over there, right behind the steel barricade that was right in front of the wall. That in a parking lot, you wouldn't think anything of it. It's a steel barricade that's there. No big deal. So that's where it was, and we just left it there because I figured nobody's going to take a big yellow moon and put it in their apartment. It had no use to anyone, and no one did.
Huh.
However,
the garbage people took it. They thought it was maybe
no. One night we got there. It's an 8:00 show, and we were getting everything ready. But we had some interns who were helping us out, and they hadn't gotten the moon over. And I said, why? Somebody said to me, you're going to have to go look. And I didn't have to look because I could smell.
They spray painted over it?
No, I'm afraid someone at the time in the neighborhood of the LES had decided to leave something that left a more putrid smell in the atmosphere.
It's just on the floor. What's the big deal? Why?
They happened to go to the bathroom on the other side of that steel thing and left a lot of that on the moon, right? And so
How do you get it? What, did they have diarrhea and they were spraying it upwards?
The moon was on the ground. It was wedged in behind the barricade in the wall. So they just So we were but it had this in it, and nobody knew what to do. Because nobody really wanted to tell you the truth, nobody wanted to clean it off.
Well, yeah.
So that is what it is to be the artistic director. Because I looked right at them. I gave them $10. I sent them to the CVS. I said, get the gloves, right? Get the towels, right? Get it in. Get the dilash, right? And you know who went in to clean up the moon? Right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you think that I didn't get that moon cleaned and clear in time for that production, you would be wrong, because it went up. So it was the most hilarious set of comic circumstances I can remember, in that particular extent of having to overcome something that we wouldn't expect at the last minute. And you wouldn't find that if you're in a regular theater, right?
And did that teach you for future plays that you do such modularly, like you can take them apart and put them back together easily?
Yeah, it taught me for future plays that I always covered everything that we put in the corner with lots of blue tarp so that nobody could ever get to it with anything that we had to clean off. And I always made sure in the parking lot that we got some rubber gloves and some Lysol on hand. And that was the last time I ever had to do that, right?
No, tweet. Oh, don't ever say that, because as soon as you say that, it's going to happen.
Tweet. Super tweet.
Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had the absolutely most delightful time talking to Hamilton Clancy. He is the founder and artistic director of the Drilling Company, and the Drilling Company is doing a new show. It's called Lake Play by a writer named Drew Valens, and you can go see it and get tickets at the
go to www.drillingcompany.org. Drillingcompany.org. That's where you'll get the tickets. Drillingcompany.org.
.org is where you can buy the tickets. The show is at the Wild Project over on East 3rd Street, and I'm not, what is it, 2nd Avenue, or where are they?
In B.
They're really down. They're Avenue B.
Yeah. It's a cool neighborhood. It's one of the coolest neighborhoods I've ever had the pleasure to do a show in. It is. Avenue B and East 3rd Street is super cool.
Yeah. Well, you, Hamilton Clancy, are super, super cool, especially since the next play that the company is doing is called Shalom Damn It, An Evening with Rabbi Salsa. You check it out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Oh, but go see Lake Play, and it has been fun playing with you, Hamilton Clancy. I should rephrase that. Shalom to you. Most happy Irish New Year. Keep drinking that water, and we hope to see you back in the Daverhood soon.
Shalom, Rabbi. Shalom, Rabbi. Happy holidays to you.
Bye-bye now. Hamilton Clancy, my friends, here on Dave's Gone By on this Shabbos morning. It is October 5th, 2024. What? Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that a marvelous conversation? Go see Lake Play and go check out when the Wild Project does its Shakespeare's in the parking lot. That will be happening, I'm sure, this coming summer. And also look for Hamilton Clancy on your TV and in the shows that he's been in and will be upcoming. Look for me, too, in my shul, Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York, because I'm there when I'm not on here. I know, it's the holidays at Shabbos, what am I doing here? But I love to help my friend Dave, love to be on this program, which continues on this October 5th, 2024. It remains for me, of course, to wish you most happy just post Rosh Hashanah. So high holy days we are in, and an easy, a light, a fun, and a delightful, enjoyable fast. A period of giddy non-eating next Shabbos, because that's when Yom Kippur is, and of course, memories and good things, and Israel kicking Toches on October 7th. The New York City is so worried now about, there's going to be protests. The whole Arab world is going to come and protest in New York and everywhere else on October 7th, the anniversary of the horrible attack. And I say, let them do. Let them hold their signs. Let them make their stupid little green tents. Let them say and shout their stupidities. You can shout back. You can just go like, while you're doing this, Israel is taking out the people that America should have taken out back in the Carter administration. Right? While you're bitching about Israel and what they're doing and the apartheid and all that crap and bullshit, Israel is going into Iran and into Lebanon and plucking off terrorists one by one, but sometimes two by two. It's gonna be a good year, God willing. Anyway, I am Rabbi Saul Solomon, and you are you, and Dave is Dave, and he's coming back to do more of Dave's Gone By right as we speak. Well, we are back indeed. Actually, you didn't go away. I'm back. And thank you to Rabbi Saul. Thank you also to Hamilton Clancy for giving us such a delightful interview on this Saturday morning, the 963rd episode of the Dave's Gone By program. Again, I do apologize. I know I probably still sound a little weird. I've got like buzzing in my ear because my sinuses and all of that are dealing with a cold. I'm adding something warm to the cold, which is helping me get through the show, and I thank you guys for that. Well, we still have our Colorado Limerick of the Dam to do. We have Dave's Big Dictionary and StoryTime. Oh yeah, you've tuned in on a fine episode. So let me get to Dave's Big Dictionary, because what we've been doing for a few years now is we'll have a random word, and Merriam-Webster the past couple of years or months has been choosing a word of the day that kind of promotes them, and then they give a definition and the usage of the word. And we've been using that choice for Dave's Big Dictionary, and it has to do with me hearing a word and just having to come up extemporaneously with 5 or 10 minutes of whatever that word makes me think of. Well, not quite stream of consciousness, but following a theme, trying to be amusing and interesting while I'm talking about it. And today's word is adversary. Good word, right? Adversary on Dave's Big Dictionary. Extra, tell all about it. It's Dave's Big Dictionary. So Dave's Big Dictionary it is. And I'm looking up on Merriam-Webster's website what adversary means and its derivation, because that's kind of part of the fun. New word every day from Merriam-Webster's. An adversary is an enemy or opponent. It's a noun. For example, in context, they always have very long contextual things. These students will not be better off if they know how to add up a grocery bill, but have no clue about how to deal with an adversary from 10 years ago who suddenly appears before them. Whatever. Did you know? Here we go. This is the fun stuff. I love the did you know part. If you consider an opponent as someone with whom one goes toe to toe, head to head, or even mano a mano, it may help you remember the meaning of adversary, which is a more formal synonym of opponent. Adversary comes from the Latin verb advertere, meaning to turn or direct toward, which makes sense. Even if two adversaries are not literally face-to-face, their goals and aims are usually in direct conflict, turned or directed at one another. The vertere part of advertere means to turn, and is the source of a number of English words, including some obvious ones like inadvertent or adverse, and also anniversary and vertebra. I have no idea how that means. Well, I guess the back turns. Anniversaries turn over a new year. Okay, I'm fumfering a little bit for that one. But today's word is adversary on Dave's Big Dictionary. And I am one of those people who kind of always needs an adversary. Much as I seem like I'm generally nice and happy and playful, I always have this feeling of sometimes wanting to be the one who goes up against Goliath, if you will. And sometimes in my life I am, right? And having this adversarial relationship of having to prove myself against someone who is not against me, but is putting up obstacles or things like that. So there is this adversarial component of me. If I feel anybody is coming at me or throwing me any shade, I am the kind of person who's like, immediately ramps up to 11 and bring it on. My wife is back, yes.
How did it go with I heard you, but I couldn't tell if the yelling was...
You couldn't tell if the yelling was me or Rabbi Sal.
Did you drink your tea?
Yes, not all of it, but I've been sipping it. It's been helpful. Thank you. Yeah.
How was your guest? It seemed very lively. I heard, I didn't look to see if there was more Bunion discussion because I don't want to...
No, we didn't bring up Bunion. Rabbi Saul was talking to Hamilton Clancy.
Bunion?
We did not bring up bunions, which are probably annoying on stage if they're hurting you.
One thing you didn't...
No, we did not. We did talk about poop, which was a beautiful thing. So
someone said there's they have a thing in the lobby of the Vivian Beaumont that opened 40 years ago in a celebration. The guy said, yeah, but it's open more than 40 years. Whoopsie.
Yeah, Lincoln Center's been at,
Yeah, so apparently...
I mean, I would have remembered them opening the Vivian Beaumont. It was only 40 years ago. So.
Okay, so you have no more comments. I'm just checking.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing Dave's Big Dictionary.
Okay, so there's
and the word adversary. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So in terms of adversaries, and in deference to you and all that, I'm not going to talk about the very fact that and what Rabbi Saul was briefly mentioning, that Israel's getting back at her adversaries in a big way. So yeah, happy Rosh Hashanah to you. But in terms of other uses of the word or thoughts in that general direction, I'm blanking now. There's
I have one in our house. Who's my adversary?
My wife. I don't know why. She has taken this dislike, hatred even.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to get a picture
of him, the actual real one.
The aforementioned.
We've been mentioning him for weeks.
I don't know where your photos are. Hold on,
I love wildlife. I think it's wonderful that we live in a suburb. We have a fairly big backyard and can look at sometimes deer coming into the yard, squirrels every day, bunnies pretty much every day.
Here's my adversary.
We have a fox.
He's my nemesis. I think it's a she.
Might be a she. It might actually be a she, but...
She can't even fit in the hole in the shed. She's too fat. She has to, shove herself through now.
Here is a blurry picture of my wife's great life, besides me. My wife's big adversary, we call him Fiddle Faddle. We've mentioned him before.
I believe Fiddle Faddle is... Okay.
Fiddle Faddle?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want to look it up. I believe because of the tail of this fiddle faddle
Yeah.
and just the general nastiness.
He's never been nasty.
Okay. How do I tell if my groundhog is a boy or girl? Okay. Look for size differences.
What the hell? And they say the tail is kind of different, right?
Yeah, it says that women are 80% heavier. Wait,
What?
males are heavier than females. Oh, it's a boy. It says groundhogs have a frosted appearance. There's no color difference, but males are on average 8% heavier than a male.
Well, until we see it next to a female, we can't really tell if he's...
And they're larger.
Yeah,
And they have
he's
small
large.
ears and black eyes. It's a male.
All right.
Fiddle.
Fiddle. But...
What's the lifespan of a groundhog?
Yeah.
14 in captivity, 14 years? Oh my God! He is my nemesis!
Well, he's creating
Look
his
at
own...
this.
Yeah.
It says they are solitary except in the spring when they have a litter of 4 to 6.
Fortis, wow.
Oh, there's gonna be a problem with this.
Well, there is a problem in the sense that he lives under our shed. We have a shed in the backyard that is built on
They
rocks.
will keep coming back to the same place if they find suitable shelter and food. See, he's a squat. What's their favorite food? Carrots, celery, corn, peas, and beans. I'm not
He
feeding
eats
them.
grass.
Piglet.
All he does is walk around our backyard eating
They
grass.
need Epsom salt. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to go out and take an Epsom salt bath. They hate them. Sprinkle it around, and it'll get rid of them.
Oh.
They hate the smell of humans. Hair clippings. So let me clip your hair, and you go
What hair?
Go take a bath in the yard, and we're good.
Well, we have Epsom salt. We can put Epsom salt down right by his
What do
hole.
they find irresistible? Fresh fruits.
Oh, well.
So why not just take fresh fruits and put it in the yard?
Yeah.
Does Irish Spring repel groundhogs? Yes, it does. They're not magically delicious.
Well, the point is, we put him down when he's outside, so he won't want to go back
They
in.
like bananas. Why would you? Bananas make a tasty treat. I'm not making a banana smoothie for my nemesis.
Why of all the things, as opposed to the foxes, as opposed to
Because he's
squirrels?
The fox babies I didn't like, but they were cute. But I'm glad they're gone. He's just there forever, and he doesn't contribute to our family.
What did the squirrels bring? Squirrels killed 2 of our bird feeders.
But they don't live. They don't live under our shed.
True.
He is doo-dooing, and he's making a hot mess under our shed.
Yeah, that's we don't want to know. I mean, he's been there for months. Excuse me.
He's gonna hibernate. He's big, so his doo-doos are going to be big. The
No.
bigger you are, the bigger your doo-doos.
What does groundhog? Can you see what his groundhog poo look like? Is it pellety like a rabbit?
Oh God, this is what my life's come to.
Yes.
What does groundhog doo-doo look like? Is it pellety like a rabbit? Groundhog fur. What do groundhog droppings look like?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh look.
Oh.
Oh, my nemesis.
Oh wait, but that's not his poo. That's
No,
just him.
yeah, but
Look how cute.
I hate him.
This is
hate
not
you.
ours.
I
This is
hate you, groundhog. I hate
Really?
you. I hate you.
Wow. Did you hate them before we saw Fiddle Faggle?
No,
Like
I
when you
didn't
saw
even know
Groundhog
they
Day, the movie?
existed.
Oh, it's what?
I didn't know when I grew up in Queens and in Manhattan, we didn't have groundhogs.
Yeah, Groundhog Day. You saw them on TV.
We had rats the size of groundhogs,
Yeah.
which I didn't care for.
I would rather have a groundhog than a rat.
Let me see if there's feces.
See if there's feces there.
You
Yes.
keep turning your phone here.
Because we could read this in
How
honor
big
of
are
Groundhog.
they?
Yeah.
They are, oh God.
Oh dear.
1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. And they are in length about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch. They're cylindrical and oval shaped.
Oh, well,
Maybe he pooped on our front, and it says what color.
yeah.
They're dark brown or black because of
Oh.
all the leaves.
Normal stool.
Cylindrical.
Yeah.
Near burrow entrances. Oh God, I can't read this.
They have images?
I'm gonna look just because it's you.
Yes. Groundhog feces. There's got to be.
Groundhog feces.
Oh, you know that actually looks like the poo I had cleaned up the other day.
Yes.
It was right by the front the door.
Yes.
Ours was not that dark though. Ours was a little lighter
Maybe
brown.
He's eating a variety of grass. The colors is poop different colors.
That's groundhog crap. Wow.
Nice.
It's the size of it. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, this is a great lead out of Dave's Big Dictionary and into our next segment, which is story time.
Oh, the poo-poo book.
Poop or Get Off the Potty. It's a book by Margaret McNamara, illustrated by Alison Black.
Oh God.
So I want to segue right into
jeez.
that. Oh, are you looking at more poop?
They carry ticks, and Bunion virus.
What the hell? The woodchuck tick and the Powassan, probably named after some Indian thing. Powassan virus, I don't know.
I'm copying.
Anyway, we've done Storytime. We've done Dave's Big Dictionary. We got randomly, but we have a story to read for you.
Headache, fever, vomiting, weakness. Reduce your risk by avoiding ticks.
Well, yeah. As if we could, if we,
I hate him.
Oh. And he is your adversary. He is your nemesis.
These
Fiddle
fat
Faddle the
suckers.
Groundhog. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Storytime.
Tell me a story, tell me a story, tell me a story. Remember what you said. You promised me, you said you would. You gotta give in, so I'll be good. Tell me a story, then I'll go to bed.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so one of the things we do occasionally here on the program, and have been for years, is it takes the onus off me of having to create material. I make fun of other people's material. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a book called Poop or Get Off the Potty. And here's like this is kind of letting you know what we're in for. Mason has to poop. Mia has to poop. It's potty time. See, when Mason...
Hold your potty.
Oh, right. Hold on. Let's see if I can get to this.
You should can you put it on your lap or something? Like,
Oh, yeah, I don't know if
then
it'll
you can
show.
flush it for emphasis,
I got that. Somehow it
no,
keeps falling off there.
Yeah, I knocked all my stuff. You're a bad boy. Look what you did.
Well, if I move the table...
This is not your space, and you're ruining my space.
I am not ruining
You know who
your
you're
space.
like?
I'm ruining Facebook, not
You know who
MySpace.
you're like?
What?
You're exactly like Fiddle Faddle.
Oh!
You're exactly like Fiddle Faddle. You're like a male Fiddle Faddle today. You're naughty.
Oh.
You knocked yourself down, too. Look at your famous self.
Whoa! This is my passport picture. Cute, right? Well, for me.
And I don't know where keep knocking the top of the blender off.
It's got to be somewhere. My wife has all these little mini-verse Zuru things that she collects, and it's sort of like dollhouse size, or even smaller than dollhouse size, items and objects. And so I keep moving and breathing, and then they fall over, and she has to replace them. So,
Just like I'm going to replace you.
when
I don't know where the pan go. That's the big one.
the pan can't have gone far.
I don't know. Where'd it go?
I don't know. It's got to be.
Oh, you're breaking everything.
I'm not breaking anything. It just tumbles down from the top of like a jar. There it is. Okay.
That's not. I'm still missing the.
You're missing the pan?
I'm missing the pan.
It's got to be somewhere.
That's an expensive item. You keep talking. Do your show. Here it is.
All right. You know, when excuse me.
Drink your tea. Calm down. Drink your tea. You want a cough drop? You could.
I'm okay. I don't know if I can speak with it.
I think you can. You want?
Oh. Uh-oh.
With the menthol?
Yeah, please.
Oh, look at me. Watch, Dave.
Thank
Do
you.
this. Watch. Focus. Do this. Pull your earlobes. Flush the toilet. Okay. There you go. Think of fiddle.
Oh man, no. Sorry. I was wondering when my throat would give out. That's what she said. So, when Mason and Mia were babies, they pooped a lot, always in their diapers. But now that they're big kids, it's time to use the potty. But what is the potty for? Naps? No. Books?
Remember Eddie Murphy's song, Potty All the Time?
Potty all the time. Potty all the time.
Here, honey.
Thank you, Jan.
You can
I apologize, folks, if this is going to make my
They're
talking.
very small. They're very small. It's not going to interfere. It's very small. It's not going to interfere. It's not a big cough drop. These are small.
No, but it's working around my mouth
Yeah, but
while I'm trying to talk.
the Werther's is like huge. These are smaller. These are easy to. It's just when the menthol hits you, it's going to be a hard hit.
Now, I want to ask you this question because I want to see if this is common knowledge or specialized.
Okay.
What is the potty for? Naps?
I've never fallen asleep on the. I've fallen asleep in the tub,
Right.
but
Well,
I've never fallen asleep on the potty. Okay, what?
it's not for naps. What about books?
Ew,
People do read on the.
Many libraries say, please don't read our books in the bathroom. I've seen that.
All right, so
So
they say books.
probably not. No.
Playing the drums.
No.
No. Mason and Mia look ahead to
Are you
official.
getting a quiz? Is this some kind of like?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mason and Mia are looking to big kid territory in this hilarious, instructive story about that momentous toddler milestone, pooping in the potty. Here it is. Look how joyful they are. Look at that. Let us begin. This book is dedicated for everyone who poops.
Oh, everyone. We know everybody poops. You told me that before.
And it's also dedicated, the illustrator says, to Zeppelin and Zoe, our super pooper puppy duo.
Oh, wow. That's a good name for dogs, Zeppelin.
Is that right? Zepp is kind of cool.
Zeppy.
When Mason and Mia were babies, they pooped a lot.
Ooh. The parents don't look happy.
Look at the expression on the parents, man.
The parents are like, oh, look at, that's probably the animal on the plane. Look at the gas vapors. You see?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
All of this is the gas vapor.
And
this
by the way, that is Rosemary's Baby because we can see the satanic star by her head.
Wow.
I always thought it'd be very funny to do a movie called Rosemary's Gay Baby, where Mia Farrow comes at the end and says, "What's wrong with his ass?" It's like,
I'm Rosemary's Baby.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 3 6s in my birthday, so watch
there
out.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they were little, they pooped small poops and big poops.
Ooh.
Messy poops.
Okay.
And tidy poops.
Oh.
Now notice, why does it look like one, for the big poops, it kind of looks like a diaper, but also a serving bowl.
It looks like he's eating ramen. God, doesn't it look like ramen? I was just looking up our food for later, but that looks like ramen.
That's noodle kadooty, I'm telling you.
It looks like a ramen bowl, right?
No, sometimes they make easy poops, and tough poops, smelly poops, and cute. Huh?
Cute poops?
Cute poops.
Oh, they like them. Maybe they're in the shape of a heart.
I'm okay. They even pooped double poops. Yes, it's like Baskin Robbins. You get 2 poops for the price of 1. And why is it on his head?
And why is it in bowls? I don't know. That's a problem.
They pooped every different kind of poop all the time.
Wow.
Kind of looks like a Jewish guy with a yarmulke.
No, it looks like he's wearing like a baseball cap or something. Maybe he's a baseball player.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Maybe he works in that waste management stadium.
Now, Mason and Mia are ready. Mason has a potty just for Mason.
Oh.
My potty, he says.
Like, here, you have your own too. Look, like Oscar has his own potty too. That's
I'm borrowing Oscar's yet.
Oh, okay.
Mia has a potty just for Mia. My potty, she says.
Oh, wow.
Is the potty for naps, says Mia. No, says Mason. So, I think we're talking borderline autism for this chick.
No, that's the problem. It would smell. Why would you, don't do that. Nuh-uh. Well, it's educational. Maybe people have
there are classic, like meme photos of people who are so drunk.
Oh, really?
That you see them just like, their head on the rim.
That's sad. So people call it the porcelain god. My mother used to say that, right? The porcelain god, right?
Now, this kid, as autistic as she might be, he's borderline retarded. I mean, he's putting books. Is the potty for books? Says Mason. No, says even she knows. He's literally trying to flush books down the toilet.
Now, this is a learning experience.
Books have a lot of fiber in the pages, but still. Is the potty...
And there are some books you should flush down the toilet.
No. Is the potty for playing the drums? Says Mia.
Whoa.
No, says Mason.
Why are they like in the Starbucks doing a jam now? What happened there?
And why is he standing on a drum?
That's the stage, honey.
Oh, he's got...
Look, you have the same thing. You have the
I
same.
do?
You have the same.
I have the keyboard. Yeah.
You want to put what?
This is like the crux. This is the major. The rising action has been leading to this in the book. A poop is coming, says
Oh,
Mia.
for both of them.
Yeah. I wonder what will happen.
I'm scared. There's going to be some messy parental cleaning of the bathroom.
Uh-oh. Now Mia isn't sure a poop is coming. She waits for a minute.
Oh, good. She's a thoughtful child. Yeah.
Well, Mason isn't sure a poop is coming either. He waits also.
Okay. But they each have separate potties, so it's not an issue.
And also, they don't, no genitals. I don't know where the
You
poop is.
can't see it because they're sitting in the toilet.
Yeah, well, I guess their
They're
shirts.
sitting, with their tushies are lower. Yeah.
Poop or get off the potty, Mason, whispers Mia.
Are they in the same bathroom? No.
No, they're in, but I don't know how they hear it.
Then how are they talking?
How are they
to each
whispering
other?
to each
They're
other?
yelling. They're yelling.
Yeah. No, they said whispers. They whisper, but they're not how.
They're in different bathrooms.
Yeah. Poop or get off the potty, Mia.
Maybe they're adjacent bathrooms,
That could be.
like at a hotel room,
Mia.
What?
Mia looks serious.
Oh, good.
Her poop is coming.
Uh-oh.
Mason, oh my God. Mason turns red. His poop is coming.
Why does poop fascinate you so much? You love it. You just love it. It's so important to you. David, put down the toilet. You're going to hurt yourself. Flush it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Mia's poop lands right in the potty.
Wait, here we go. Wait.
It's like a 747. Mason's poop lands right in the potty. Guess what time it is? It's time to wipe.
Oh, God. No.
This bothers you more than the pooping?
It's just a, yeah.
Good job, Mia, says Mason.
How are they even seeing each other?
Good job, Mason, says Mia. So he's washing his hands.
Oh, good. I like
She's
that.
doing
Yeah, I
everything.
like that. Use soap.
I am a big kid now, says Mia. I am a big kid now, says Mason, because they've successfully accomplished this missing. And they really are.
David, do you think that's what differentiates humans from animals, that we have a toilet and animals poop everywhere? Is that how we differentiate, because we have toilets?
Well, we probably, for thousands of years, humankind didn't have toilets at all.
We just poop wherever.
Yeah, they find a tree, they use a leaf. And what, indoor plumbing, even outdoor plumbing, I don't know. They probably dug a hole in a trench. But there's, well, no, seriously. Remember, you remember when we went to the Minushkin show?
Yeah, but that was nice. It was better for
There's nothing nice about it.
because when you squat, it's easier to poo-poo. It's like we have the squatty potty.
Well, no, squatty, you put your legs on.
Yeah, but there you're still doing this squatting. It's just you don't have to put the potty.
We went to this famous French director thing, and they do a commune kind of place where you go to the theater, and their toilets were a trench. It was just like, no, please give me the Vivian Beaumont Theater, since you mentioned it, with nice big bathrooms, lots of room to go. Anyway, but nothing against this book. Margaret McNamara is a Christopher Award-winning author for young readers. She's best known for the Mr. Tippins classroom picture books and the Fairy Bell Sisters chapter books. She and her family live in New York City. Alison Black is the founder of a stationery company called Hip Hip. She lives in Columbus, Ohio with her husband and son, whom they will be potty training soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, for our story time of the day, poop or get off the potty. I hope you've enjoyed. I certainly have. Let's, like when you think of the great parts or favorite parts of a movie, remember that this is a book that had someone trying to flush books down the toilet. Toilets are not for books flushing. And this profoundly important, exciting moment. Uh-oh, a poop is coming.
I love it.
I'd love to take this page and frame it and just have it on the wall.
Yeah.
That would be kind of nice in the bathroom.
A lot of people have bathroom-related items.
Yeah. But actually, we have, and they're colorful. They're pretty.
Yeah.
We put them both up, and anybody going in would be like, yeah.
Well,
They might
maybe you should
encourage.
have a series of what you do and don't do with the toilet. That might help you.
That might
like,
also.
I think that might help in public toilets more.
I think it should have been a
like-
longer section of the book, like
Yeah.
other things you shouldn't
But
use
in
the
a
toilet
household,
for.
you don't need it. I think like in a public toilet, like I'm thinking of Grand Central, that would be helpful.
Right? Yeah.
Like, what you do and don't do it. Like you don't bathe in the toilet. Like things like
Well,
that.
you
They're-
don't
they're
bathe in it,
helpful.
yeah.
No, but they're helpful to.
Cooking fish.
Oh
would be,
God.
Remember a year or two ago we were watching videos by this man who was going into airplane bathrooms and making meals?
Oh yes. Here, let me find.
Remember that?
He wasn't supposed to.
Well, no.
Man who makes meals in bathrooms of airplanes.
And he also
It's
used to do it.
Barfly 777. Remember?
Yes. And he also used to cook in hotel rooms,
Yeah.
like entire actual meals on hot plates and things. But he
He's
would
making
use
shrimp. The shrimp one I find the most offensive because you got to cook shrimp well, right?
No, great. He was using the sink of the airplane toilet,
And
not
he was
the toilet.
using the electric, like
Yeah. He was very cool. I hope he's well. I hope he hasn't given himself salmonella
Let me see. I can look
or
him
E.
up. He's
coli.
He's on social media, so.
Barfly 777.
Okay.
I'd forgotten all about him. Yeah.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Well.
Shrimp. Man cooked shrimp and mashed potatoes on a plane.
Anyway, you're watching Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Leftwitz.
Get this man on a no-fly list. He will make chicken in the toilet. He cooks at the hotel, gas station, and bathrooms.
Right. I mean, it's kind of nice. You save yourself a lot of money. You just bring the grill, and there you have electricity. You have the stuff. Why not? But there's reasons why not.
I wonder if he's banned.
Is he really?
Oh, he calls himself bathroom chef. Barfly bathroom chef. Yes.
Amazingly enough, they haven't given him a Netflix.
For business inquiries.
Yeah.
Oh, he's holding a lot of meat and like he's cooking at bad places.
Yeah.
God bless him. He's cooking meat.
Yeah.
Shrimp in the sky, he calls it.
Because really, all you need is a plug and a little place and a place to wash stuff.
He's holding Peking. Hold on, wait.
He made a Peking duck.
Yeah.
In where? Like the Grand Central Station men's room.
With the duck, you see the duck head? Click on that. Yeah, you see the duck head?
Which? I think.
He's cooking.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know where that is, but he's doing something to a Peking duck.
Well, he's actually doing it. What the?
He inflated the duck because I don't know.
Oh God.
I guess that's how you make the skin.
Well, to make it nice and crispy, crackly, I know, but you saw he pumped like bicycle air into the. We cut the damned head off already.
No, that's you hang it from the head.
Don't watch this, son. This is. I don't mind it, but you're. You stir up the.
That's a hair dryer. That's beer. Oh God, honey, look, honey.
Yeah.
Honey, he's putting it in a can. And probes. I do not want that.
Yeah, let's do that on a plate.
Look what he's doing.
I mean, nothing about this is easier than doing it in a proper kitchen. That's the thing that's really funny. It's like to go through all that. It's not convenient.
I think it's just gimmicky.
Well, yeah. Well, at this point, yeah.
Oh my God, he's doing some hotel keto smash burgers. Jeepers.
Yeah. Anyway, you're watching Dave's Gone By.
I don't know how he doesn't get sick.
Maybe he has once or twice, but he is clean. I mean, if you wash out a sink, it's a sink. If you, if you're near a toilet but not in a toilet, yeah.
I think he should be on the no-fly list. I mean, that's not.
Well, eunuchs should be on the no-fly list because they have no fly.
I don't understand.
So anyway,
Man cooks baby back ribs in a hotel room.
We watched that one, yes.
Oh, Lord.
Well, we still have our Colorado Limerick of the Dam to do, as well as let's get to our friends of the Daverhood because we have a brand new friend. His name is Hamilton Clancy. He was on the show about an hour ago talking to Rabbi Saul. Hamilton Clancy is the director of a play by Drew Valens called Lake Play that they are doing at a venue called the Wild Project, but it's the drilling company that's doing it, drillingcompany.org for tickets, because it's already running and will be running for the next 3 weeks. So check that out, and we thank so much Hamilton Clancy.
Oh my God, Gordon Ramsay is critiquing him in one of them.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm sure that's going to be fun.
And I also want to send out a thank you to Jonathan Slaff, our beloved press agent, for tipping us off to Hamilton Clancy and getting him on the program. Thank you also to Rabbi Saul Solomon. You can find out all about him at his website, shalomdammit.com. Shalom, D-A-M-M-I-T, shalomdammit.com. If you want links to all his interviews, if you want links to the funny TV show that he did called Shalom Dammit, Rabbi Saul Solomon's Peace, Love, and Acid Reflux Hour, and of course, the show that he was talking about with Hamilton Clancy, his one-man show, well, one-man, two-person musical show called Shalom Dammit, An Evening with Rabbi Saul Solomon. You can watch it as it was taped at the Richmond Shepherd Theater all those years ago at shalomdammit.com for all things rabbinical. Well, there are other folks who are friends of the Daverhood, which means they've been on this program in months and years past. We'd like to let you know, hey, what are they up to? And we do that in Friends of the Daverhood. So we want to tell you, first of all, congratulations to Lisa Loeb, the singer-songwriter. She and her friend Debbie Derryberry have a new single out called The Compost Bin, speaking of all things poop. So check that out, Lisa Loeb and Debbie Derryberry. Take that music down a little bit. We do have to send condolences, though, to musical lyricist Stephen Sater, who lost his father this past week. So, reaching out to him. But congratulations, a reminder that Art Paul Schlosser's artwork can be seen at Fair Trade Coffee in his hometown of Madison, Wisconsin, now through the end of October. Want to let you know that this week coming up is your last week to see Inundated. It's a musical with songs by Christine Lavin, and it is directed by our friend Christine Petty. So we have a double there. This is playing at the York Theater over in St. Jean's space, because the York, they had a flood like 3 years ago, so they're still using a different space. But go see it. It's called Inundated, and it is off-Broadway from the York, now through October 13th. And one more time, I'm going to let you know that they're podcasting through mid-October a show called Flash Force, Middle-Aged Women Superheroes Save Democracy. Listen wherever podcasts are listenable. They have a new episode dropping every Wednesday, and it features such friends of ours as Lucy Arnaz, Jason Gra, and Karen Ziemba. Want to let you know that Barry Primus's play that he wrote and directs is being done at Theater for the New City. It's called Soup in the Second Act, and that's running through October 20th. Eric Jensen is in a new off-Broadway play called Vladimir that is being done at by Manhattan Theater Club at City Center in a limited run. On Broadway, Julie Halston is in the revival of Our Town at the Barrymore Theater. Alan Menken's music, of course, may be heard in Aladdin at the New Amsterdam Theater, and you can hear his music off-Broadway in the revival of Little Shop of Horrors at the West Side Theater. Katie Sullivan spends her Tuesday evenings at the Algonquin, so you should too. And Vince Giordano and the Nighthawks, they do 2 performances Monday evenings at Birdland. Jim Caruso's Cast Party every Monday night at Birdland. Get your tickets, birdlandjazz.com. Michael Garin plays piano at the Roxy Hotel in Tribeca from Tuesdays through Saturday evenings every week. Seth Bissenhirsch has his talent showcase at Don't Tell Mama on Tuesdays. And then, of course, our longtime shout-outs to wonderful people like Evan Seplow and his New York nightlife website called StageBuddy.com, David Sheward, who writes theater reviews for TheaterLife.com, CulturalDaily.com, and the beloved TotalTheater.com, Vicky Quaddy, who is out there in Chicago doing Late Night Catechism and Are You Smarter Than Your 8th Grade Nun? And then Charlie, Happy New Year to Charlie Gross and also to Leslie Hoban Blake. They co-host a show called Two on the Aisle on Manhattan Neighborhood Network that you can also watch on YouTube, where they review Theater. And those, my friends, are the friends of the Daverhood. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is exactly noon o'clock Eastern Time here on Dave's Gone By. This has been our 963rd episode. I'm Dave Lefkowitz. That's my darling and adorable wife. Again, thanking you so much for listening and watching, but we have a little bit more to do on this episode. Oh, yes, you can't escape it. Because my wife and I lived in Colorado for about 13 years, I took it into this little noggin to write a poem about as many places in Colorado as I possibly could. Sometimes they're easy to rhyme, like Vail, or Greeley's pretty easy. Sometimes not so much, but we have a relatively okay one this week. A brand new poem, a Limerick poem, a Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where we're going to Baker, Colorado. I'm going to tell you some stuff about Baker. There's actually some info about it. And then we'll read our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Speaking of Christine Lavin, you'll hear her in a moment.
A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme. And likewise, verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick. Rocky Mountain, Colorado, 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 Colorado.
Well, there's Christine right there. So, our Colorado, Limerick of the Damned about Baker Co. Baker is a historic neighborhood in the Denver area. It's actually a mile south of the Denver Center. So it's part of the whole Denver metropolitan area complex. And Baker includes the former home of playwright Mary Chase, whom you probably know because she wrote the classic play Harvey, upon which they made the movie and several revivals of the show too. In 1857, John Smith and his Mexicans settled in Baker for a while. That's what they called them.
Oh, good Lord.
And they found enough gold to nickname the place, quote, Mexican Diggings, which is another name for groundhog poops, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Among the early settlers of Baker were former slave James Beckworth and William and Elizabeth Byers, who were homesteaders. So they came there in like the mid to late 1800s. Noted Denver architect William Lane built many of the hundreds of homes in Baker. And here's kind of a dumb fact, but an enjoyable dumb fact. In the 1970s, the city of Denver named the neighborhood after then Baker Junior High School, which is now called Denver Center for International Studies. But that high school was named for a University of Colorado president who never actually lived in Baker. So a little bit absent. I guess that wasn't such a fun fact.
No, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Sad. Kind of sad, Papa.
These days, Baker has a mostly white population, but also nearly 20% Hispanic. And the neighborhood mixes the industrial, because they have the Gates rubber factory there, and residential, retail, and big box stores also. Plus, they have Phil Milstein Park. Phil Milstein is the son of billionaire and philanthropist real estate developer Seymour Milstein. Nice Jewish boy. The son is also a bit of a philanthropist too. So, ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's got Phil Milstein Park and John Smith and his Mexicans. Can't really go wrong with Baker, Colorado. Well, you can go wrong with Baker, Colorado, because this is the Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Ahem. A prudish young lady from Baker. Oh, I got it. It's gonna go again. I made it for the whole show.
Take a sip of tea.
Yeah.
I started to get a headache and I took 2 Tylenol. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I started. It happened when they were
doing the leaf blowing.
Yeah, I felt the.
Our Colorado Limerick of the Damned for Baker. A prudish young lady from Baker was quite the morose bellyacre. Few men would attempt to quash her contempt. It took 8 black sailors to break her. Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Our Colorado Limerick of the Damned for this Saturday, October 5th, 2024, here on Dave's Gone By. Send your comments, your opinions, your complaints, anything you want to share to my attention, Dave's Gone By at AOL.
What about square dancing?
Okay. What's that?
What about square dancing?
And any square dance moves. Dave's Gone By at AOL.com. You can also reach me, of course, via Facebook. If you're a Facebook person, you can message me or post under one of our recent shows, including this one. Remember that if you missed all or part of this program and you want to share it with somebody or watch it again, Facebook automatically saves the program. Plus, give it about 12 to 24 hours, and we will upload the program to davesgoneby.com, to archive.org. We'll upload the audio to castbox.fm. We'll also pop it up on YouTube in the hopes that they don't block anything out. So yeah, lots of ways to get the same content of us here in the Daverhood. So that's been our episode number 963. So do come back to us for episode 964, but it will not be next Saturday, I'm afraid, because so Friday night into Saturday, as you might or might know, is the Yom Kippur Jewish holiday, and as you might or might not know, I'm vaguely, basically, kind of Jewish.
I hope you feel better.
Oh, I'll be fine
Maybe
with
we'll
that.
get you want a nice bagel to celebrate Rosh Hashanah as a Jewish man.
Well, but what could be more Jewy than a bagel?
Maybe you want a coffee there. We'll make you a coffee.
Oh, there, maybe. I'll see.
They don't
I mean,
have
drinking
like
tea,
coffee, yeah.
But well, maybe I'll certainly we'll grab a bagel or something like that.
Maybe you need a therapeutic bacon bagel because it's so
For Rosh Hashanah, bacon.
I'll add extra bacon for you.
Yeah, pile on the bacon.
Yeah. You deserve it. I think we have some free points. So.
I was so close. I was this close to buying bacon this week because we bought a flat top grill.
Oh yeah.
And I figure, if I got a flat top grill, let me get some bacon. I'll throw it right on there. But I was like, it's going to be so messy, and we've got other things I want to cook.
I like cleaning it.
I
like cleaning. I like using soap because our soap is like non-bad soap.
Yeah.
It's really good, like environmental soap. But we have to figure out. I think things that like the toilet cook, like when he was cooking, you should get like steakums when we go tomorrow for food.
Yeah.
You know those thin flat steaks. If you make that, you could make eggs.
like bacon. Yeah.
You could make like a scrambled eggs on one, and then on the same flat surface, you could make those. Steakums.
Actually, a fried egg. That's You
could also make this the steakum is the.
Yeah.
Like I think on that you need to get if you're
doing spam.
If you're like a Hawaiian sushi. If you're making something that's open grilled, like both things are open, it's not like a panini press, then I think you need smaller, tinier things. If you're pressing something like a hamburger...
Oh, well, that can close, yeah.
Yeah, you can close it, but...
No, but I might make egg and spam, eggs, bacon, and spam, spam, eggs, bacon, and spam, spam, baked beans, spam, and spam.
Can I blow your thing?
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't be with us next Saturday because we're going to take the week off, which I could use anyway. But we will be back, God willing, in 2 weeks with a brand new episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebook podcast.
Would you like 2 Tylenol, honey?
I've taken the decongestant. I don't know if I should mess with anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not probably as bad as I would be if I hadn't taken.
I mean, you look a little pale, but you sound much better, and I think you're doing better.
Yeah.
I think you're just exhausted because you spent 4 hours on the air.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's that yard sale. I don't know where it is.
Oh, the yard sale! We have to go.
Where was it?
We have to get down towards Pot Spring. I know.
Of course, you know where it is.
Of course, I know where the yard sale is. Yard sale. So yeah, I'm gonna close the show. Okay. This has been our 963rd episode. So great to see you. Write to me, davesgoneby at AOL.com. Tell your friends to go to davesgoneby.com. Read my plays at davelefkowitz.org and have a safe, good week.
Yes.
Weird week. I mean, happy stuff from Rosh Hashanah, remembering October 7th, but coming up on Yom Kippur and early fall. We're going to go from the 70s to the 60s in the middle of this week. Mm-hmm. But, the rain has stopped. After 2 straight weeks of rain. And now watch, our grass will dry up and look like shit.
No.
No, it'll take a while.
Have a little bit of help.
Anyway, have a great one. And, well, Happy New Year again. And gone by.
Days gone by, there goes the day. Days gone by, there goes the day. Days gone by, there goes the day.
Hold on. Pooey wants to reread it. You know, oddly enough, I don't want to lick my fingers to turn the pages.